to do, how to do, what to do, you have to visit the booth right here. We are on spot. We have all our agronomists in the house, and we have our sales team in the house. And Georgia, our marketing manager, is on the ground with us today. And if I'm not mistaken, farmers, if you come here today and you make a purchase, you'll get it on a special price. And we have prizes and surprises and giveaways here today. So farmers, come and participate. We are here for the entire day, spending with you farmers, giving you the information. So come on out and spend the time with us today. Right here in Alva, St. Anne. The Caribbean Chemicals team is right here with you today, right throughout the day. And we'll be giving the information to our farmers. Farmers, there will be live demonstrations today of how to use some of our products. So don't miss that session. There will be live demonstration today, farmers. Please visit. So farmers coming out and participate in those live demonstrations. You're going to see our products on display and on demonstration. You see how they work. So we can have a first-hand view of what is going on here today.
So they remain standing. Now put it down flat.
In case you're wondering where we are right here in Alva, St. Anne. We're right across the road from Ringo's Farm Store, right in St. Anne. So come on over, farmers. If you stop by at Ringo Farm Store, right here in St. Anne, you come right across the road, you'll find us right there. It's our Agritech Forum, brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited. And why are we here? We have our entire team on the ground, our entire agronomy team and product development team, along with our sales and marketing team, is on the ground right here in St. Anne. And in case you're wondering why we're here in our numbers, we're here because we're here to showcase our technologies that we have. We have so many products here on display, and we're showing farmers how they work. So we're not just telling you they work, we're showing you how they work. And we're here today in our Agritech Forum showcasing our technologies to our farmers and how they work on their crops. And farmers, if you're wondering, yes, today we do have prizes and surprises and giveaways. And also, you get special discounts on selected products here, right across the road at Ringo Farm Store. So farmers, come on over, participate. And if you go to make a purchase at the Ringo Farm Store, make your way over right here at the tent at the Agritech Forum, brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited.
She come in that means that she a real and concern. From learn about controlling the worms in cabbage and how to increase your yield. Use the climate to stop in the line. So see you there on Friday. Right Nobody was telling me about certain fertilizer that we eat. A certain fertilizer that we eat. Yes.
Chimney from a little and the country, me know me did I go far. Now people look and never see nothing but me see a star. See my name in bright lights and face in cinemas. Them used to see my chest high, but look at me now, in full control. Before we not push start, press let's go. Designer clothes and shoes like wow. And I hype me just to show you how my grown and mom my country when I did that country. I forgot river come up on the garbage. Only time I come out town I must sit on a church tree. Pardon tell me the year what you pick up from the lake. Families, you know what to do. I'm sorry, God bless me. Black and the wicked dog poverty right now, man, big, can't big, us big.
Why you not buy the coffee? Why you not buy the coffee? No, why you not buy the coffee? The next one you have to buy. Yes.
Right across from the Ringo Farm Store or Agritech Forward, brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals, Jamaica Limited. Just give me the signal when you're ready and we go, because our farmers are here, you want to participate and we want to go right ahead and get into the day's activities. So we have our ground here, and at the control we have our resident, mastermind, Chief Anthony Grant, and his team is here. And we're about to go live with our manager, marketing manager, and lovely.
You told me that they sell it in the store.
Roger Robinson. And our senior, as always. Parker. We have the entire team on the ground here. We have our sales manager, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Zap this week. She was here somewhere. We're not seeing her, she's on picture. But she's going to make her way here to join the presentation.
4 by 41.
Sir, you cannot walk
We're starting again.
Hi, good morning everybody, good morning. We're live here in St. Ann, Alva St. Ann to be exact. This is our 6th Agritech Forum, and Dane, are you excited to be here?
Indeed so, because one Georgia, we would have been able to get this site ready. The farmers are here, the technologies are here, the team is on the ground, and so we are very much ready to share all the different insights on the different products and services that we offer here at Caribbean Chemicals.
And they may wonder, what is the Agritech Forum, Dean?
Wonderful, that's a wonderful question. So guys, it's agriculture meeting technology. What we do at Caribbean Chemicals, the technological inputs from the surfactant to the wetting agents to the herbicides to the insecticides to the fungicides, what we do and how we bring that to the farmer so as to get the added benefit of using that product. So whether that be a spreader sticker or something from the Omex or Miller line, there's a huge amount of technology involved. When it comes on to our granular fertilizer line, Elixir, Zorka, farmers, that technology is well, Roman
yes.
and the onion farmers flooded us. They got what they wanted, they were able to drive that into their crops, and so the next location was
Mavis Bank St. Andrew.
up in the hills.
My God.
I can't forget that steep hill. I like
We crossed the river, we could have crossed it. We barely could have crossed it,
I like the steep hill and the river, but guys, let me tell you, boy, if the rain fall, cut me out or fly me in by a helicopter here. Yeah, man.
And here we are in St. Ann,
Yeah, man.
cabbage country, don't it?
That is it, man.
Yes, cabbage country.
So
I'm happy
it's-
to be here today.
So it's all about Agritech. We're talking about the technological innovations that Caribbean Chemicals bring to market. By the way, guys, nobody else can duplicate this.
That's right.
We are number one as a result of what we bring to the table for the benefit of our farmers, and we serve all your growing needs.
That's right. And you might wonder, what are we going to do here today?
Wow.
So if you look
Wow.
around, you will see different tables. Let me start down there. I'm seeing Elixir Zorka,
That's right.
right? Nutrition from the ground up. And
That's
if you
right.
follow us on social media, you know, you can't miss. At Carib Chem Jam, you can't miss Elixir Zorka. And when you come here today, Donovan Price is here to give you all the information that you need on Elixir Zorka. Then we go over to Agafert.
Yes.
Wow, what a brand.
We can't lose from that. So we go foliars, we go solubles.
Right.
So if you're thinking complete total nutrition, as a new phrase says, start to finish, exactly what it is. The Agafert line gives you that benefit. Macro, micro, primary, secondary, and also on that table where Nickel Dadzi is, we're looking at fertigation. So our Sunfood drip tape, the Venturi is there. We're seeing other meters present, and of course you'll learn all about the Agafert line and what that has to offer. That's easy, the chief technical expert right there.
And then we move over to Miller. The transcuticular delivery system. Every time we talk about that. Not true?
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes. And who is on that table?
That's Yulan Campbell. All the way, Mr. Well, we can't call him that name. But he's from St. Elizabeth. I was going to say 2 Square, but that was assigned to somebody. So I've got to find a name for Yulan now. But when it comes on to Miller, guys, green stem, stress.
Yes.
That's the key right there. Improving the yield. Cytokine is very much right there. Blossoms, all of that. Then of course we have Cytoplex. And don't leave out the Microplex and ZMC. And how can we forget, of course, all the different products such as your Sugar Express and your Nutrient Express. Talking about improving blossoms, improving the amount of fruits and tuber, Miller.
That's correct. And then we have the BASF Bellis Excellence.
Can I tell you?
Oh Lord.
This is the next wonderful technology brought by Caribbean Chemicals. You'll have other products, but there's only one Bellis.
That's right.
So for those who will go around and see the same active, you'll see other products, but there's only one Bellis.
Expect more?
You're going to get more.
Get more. That's
that is
correct.
it. So Zampro, Acrobat, we have Breakthrough. I hear somebody, farmer, you know Zampro? You're a farmer about Zampro, same time. Big up yourself if you know Zampro. That is it, farmer.
And guess who's on that table?
John I. Johnson is there.
Our product development manager, John I. Johnson himself.
Yes, man.
He left the office today and he's right here in St. Anne.
Right in the field with us,
Yes.
sharing the technologies, of course. And right beside the BSF is
Big
the
Bad Omics.
Omics.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And of course, Denver Green is there. The full flagship line, we have treated and control sample, guys. So what you'll see for yourself are the products at work when you come to the Omics table. So from the Calmax B to the 45 Magnesium Plus King for Zinc, Vigor, and of course, don't leave out Bio 20. Right there, sir.
And you know what I'm seeing on that table? Irish potato grown with the Caribbean Chemicals Crop Care Guide.
That is it.
Oh
yes,
my.
man. Yes,
When you want it, you come to Caribbean Chemicals. We have everything from a pin to an anchor, right?
That's right. And don't leave out the papaya. No. That's our sunrise papaya right there.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
the farmer had an issue.
Yes.
We call it cat facing. And so that was seen by Rowan. And we would have been able to introduce those products, Foliar Boron, 45 Calmax B, correct that issue.
Right.
And now the fruits today, I don't know which is on screen, the ripe one, them. That's the one that they are recovering, and the farmer is now enjoying the profits or the yields from what he's doing. And last but by no means least, there are two samples
So
there.
I want to say two samples of what? Oh,
Vigor, man, Vigor.
Okay.
Vigor, they at work.
Yes.
Vigor is at work because we had a farmer in Manchester rather, that had a nematode issue right there. And so what is really happening? The situation is that we introduced Vigor. So what Denver will showcase today is the treated versus the control. You're getting improved root mass, you're improving on the quality of the fruits he's able to harvest, and extending the plant life. The control, however, those plants would have died out. So we have to rescue the entire greenhouse space. So that's how we're up against when we talk about nematode infestation.
Impressive, Dane. And I want to come across to the dynamic duo table. Oh my.
Wonderful.
Dynamic duo. Speak about it, Dane.
And in case you don't know what that is, that is Saita and Evergreen. Yes, they play an important role in plant performance, and that's why they're the duo. We use them in combination, but not just that. You're seeing it on cabbage. This is a product you can use right across all crops. So from ornamentals right down to fruit trees, Saita, Evergreen. Easy to use, easy to understand. We're talking about calcium and phosphorus, humic, fulvic acid, and 22 minerals present in there. And off that table, we have Levan Barrett, who is there, showcasing the products. You can also see some ceilings on the table.
Yes.
And if my videographer will go close and take a nice shot, you'll see the difference between the treated and the controlled seedlings. And this is just after one application from using Saita and Evergreen. The root mass tells the tale right there.
Right. And right beside Levan, you know, we can't leave out our new products.
No, not at all.
Everywhere we go, we have to showcase our new products. So guess what we have here for the first time, or should I say the second time, because it was introduced, it was yesterday, it was introduced at a field day in St. Elizabeth yesterday.
Yes.
And we have it here today, and that is a Titan fungicide bactericide.
Yes, man.
So we have it here today. That's a 1 liter skew. Cameraman is zooming in. Yes, 1 liter skew of Titan. We also have the 250 mils also. And then we have on the table, we have the Progol herbicide. We have control fungicide. What else we have then?
Metazeb is present as well.
Metazeb Gold.
Advance is there as well.
That's correct. Chiромectin.
Can't leave that one
We
out.
are in the cabbage country, so the worms, man. Yes.
Yeah, man.
And also we have Lifeline.
Yes, excellent product to
Yes.
use to control your hard to kill weeds. So open field, in between your crop rows, or if you just want to clean up around the house. Because guess what? Sometimes you have some weeds, of course, in the yard where you want to get rid of. And the skews are such. Lifeline comes in at 250, 500, 1 liter.
Correct.
So a size for every dollar, for every pocket.
We also have Pegastar.
Can't leave that out.
Oh, man.
So my cabbage farmers know, must understand. And by the way, I am in the Clarendon belt. Yeah, man. I walk bike is safe when you meet on the road, but we use carmectin along with Pegastar. We're completing the life cycle, we're killing, we're controlling the different lepidopter and larvae, the eggs, and as well as the adult. So what you're gonna get? Clean cabbage, right through and through. Yeah, man.
All right. And last but not least, on the table we have adjuvants,
Yes,
exit and new film P.
Yes, indeed. Once you're doing an application, farmers, the recommendation, add them to your tank mix. That's the final piece going into the tank. Add them to your tank mix. Creating a better bond to the surface, help the product to stay on the leaves, and guess what? Improving the efficacy. So if rainfall after you don't spray, you're good to go.
We also have our Dynamo electric sprayer.
Yeah, man.
And our mist blower here today. And we have, you can get them at the store today to purchase, you know.
Yes, indeed.
You can get them and guess what? Farmers, when you come here today, leave your name at the table, because at the end of the day, we're going to be pulling from the box, and one lucky farmer will win a Dynamo electric sprayer.
What?
One lucky farmer.
So hold on, let me just say this, you know, guys. This is over $10,500 in value, you know. We're giving that away today. By just coming over here, you get that. You have a chance to put that in the can, and you'll be winning that item today. One lucky farmer will get that. It's a motorized one. So for those who don't know what we mean, it's battery operated. So we're talking about just turning a button right there. We turn a button, it's on. And if I may borrow this from Sir Lewis. Okay. All you need is just to press the trigger and you're good to go. And easy to use. So your product is on the back, no more of this, you know, exercising. You're just moving through the field and doing the application accordingly. Easy to do. And whatever crop range. And of course, it comes telescopic. Meaning, I get more lands. So all of this comes all the way out. So I am now able to do that. So I get more reach. And I can do the application. So if someone's around the house, I can reach up, and if I want to spray my crop, I can just reach out and do my application.
And when you go,
easy to use.
Charge it up, man.
And you just plug in, charge, and go. And by the way, this is 8 hours life of battery. So when I use mine, I have it for the whole week. And I spray a lot. And I have this for the whole week. So I don't know if that's how you spray, but I have mine for the entire week working. And maybe on the weekend I charge it. Maybe. Because sometimes I forget, and the next week I'm using it in the field just the same. So a Dynamo sprayer.
And then just turn around. I'm loving this table.
Yes, man.
I'm really loving this table, because guess what? It's our 2 brands of seeds that we carry. The Namdari and the No New seeds.
Wonderful. I should call this the fruits of your labor.
That's right.
So this is the fruits of your labor. So all the seeds that we carry, whether it be watermelon, cantaloupe, cabbage, so the 2 brands, and of course we have Delhi on the table. Can't leave that out. Delhi is the very prolific, what we call plummy tomato.
Yep.
And by the way, the farmers say this is the one that changed the price in the market. And I ask them why. Them say anytime Delhi start coming, if you promise yourself $200, consider say cutting at $50 to $50. And I ask why. Them say look here, the volume that this crop produces, excellent. And of course we have our Polaris sweet peppers. So whether you want to go open field or greenhouse, you can sell it as yellow or green. Perfect for whatever you want to use.
Then the red.
Yes, man. Red Star is there.
Ooh.
Yes. So green or red, whichever you choose, you have the option to mark it.
So this is Red Star and this is what? Green Bell, right?
Yes,
Green Bell.
So we have the option. So whether it be open field or greenhouse, you have seeds. And of course, these are our sunrise we mentioned earlier.
Sunrise papaya.
Somebody have a knife, because I mean, this one should not stay on the table so long. Right? We should do something about it, right? You have a, okay, what? You see what happens here, guys? We're live and we're getting a knife. I'm very concerned.
So this is our own sunrise papaya.
So, no man, you can't eat same man. We're good to go, man. There we go. So we talk about quality right through. If you notice, the seed cavity is very small, have a nice thick flesh, and it's very sweet.
You want to see them to plant?
All right then, sir. I'll let you get a few seeds. We have the seeds here very much. And of course, you can always use our refractor meter at Janai's table to test the bricks or the sweetness, so we know what we're talking about in terms of the sweetness of the solar of our papaya sunrise variety.
Okay. And last but not least, we have one more table to go. Pest and disease. So if you're not sure then,
Yes,
as to what is happening with your crop,
indeed.
what you can do
Yes,
is to
ma'am.
bring the samples here today,
That's right.
and we will assist you in diagnosing your problem.
That's
and
right.
not just diagnosing,
Wonderful.
we offer the solutions.
And of course, at that table, we have our two members from the product development department, and they will be sharing all the insights and strategy. So we have Giselle, who is there now, and of course, we have Mr. Sugaran, of course, is very much present there and is going to share with all of us what, the when, the how, why it's happening, and of course, to guide you as to what to use to tackle those problems. So the team from product development. But you mentioned there was a last table, and I don't want to lose the last. We have the registration table
Oh, yes.
that as you enter the booth, we have persons there taking your information. We have our in-store promoters. So we have them. I'm not sure why Miss Weber is smiling like me at that. What happened to your eyes, miss? Don't zoom in on her eyes, right? And of course, we have Tamika and Tanisha present at the table to register, to share with you your cropping guides and the different products. Yeah, man, smile a while and give your face a rest. We're live.
But guess what, Dane? You might wonder, why we pause? We pause today, because we take everybody out of the field.
Yes.
All the agronomists, we
Yes.
don't have any agronomists in the field right now, right? All of them are here in St. Anne. Why
Wow.
are we here?
Of course, one focus, Agritech. We want to share the challenges, want to hear them, and want to provide the solutions, workable solutions to the farmers that they can, of course, go back to the field with that solution and grow their yields. That's the idea right there.
So we are saying to you farmers, come on down to Alva. Is come on down or come on up? I'm not even sure.
Well,
It's
obviously, I don't want to up. We're in the
come
field.
to Alva today. We'll be here until 4 p.m. We'll offer solutions. We'll assist you as much as possible.
Yes.
Come and ask the questions. We're here for you.
Yeah, man.
We're
Indeed.
here for you.
Yes, guys. So look out for more as we continue the day's proceedings. Of course, the farmers are here, and we want to welcome them all. Thank you for coming out, for taking time out of your busy schedule. We are here for you, and if you have a question, and don't leave without the question being answered, I'm sure the team can, of course, answer that question for you.
Do you have a question, ma'am?
Miss, what do you have to do to win
The battery?
Just leave your name at the table.
my name is here.
There you go.
Yes, so you're in the...
And your number too?
Yes,
The right number where you answer?
yes.
Okay, don't put the wrong one, because once your name down there, at the end of the close today, what we'll do, put them in a box, shake that box, and just dip inside here. And
So it's not just that, we have another gift, the personal protective equipment. How could I forget that, Dane?
what?
Oh, my Lord. I said for
So that's for somebody here too?
Yes.
So 2 prizes,
yes,
actually, not one.
definitely, Parker.
And of course, when you come, you get your hat, your t-shirt, your lanyard, your keyring, your this and that. But, of course, we have that as well.
The
to share.
Jacto PPE.
The Jacto
So
PPE.
farmers, we're not about just chemical. You have to protect yourself too.
Yeah, man,
You
safety
definitely need to protect yourself.
Safety first.
Yes, this is it, Parker.
So everything is inside this bag except your water boot
And the
and your
respirator.
respirator.
Yes.
So you're good to go, full coverage. And we don't apply the product anymore with inner shorts and slippers and all these things and cut off sleeve. We wear our protective gear. All right, so that's what we do here. So this is the prize that is awaiting another lucky farmer. And all you have to do to win this today
Come
is
on
to
down.
come on down, put your name in that register. It goes into a box, and by 4 p.m. today, somebody will receive a phone call saying that you are the lucky recipient of either this Jacto PPE or that lovely Dynamo spray pan. And guess what? We have the size to fit everybody, so you don't have to worry. And for those who might be asking, what's the price? My price is simple. to be safe is the cost of the doctor visit and the prescription. Yeah, man. So add up them two there and go get it. So don't bother give
It's less than that, you know. It's less than the doctor visit and the prescription then.
There we
less
go.
Than that.
So I price it like that, you know. One doctor visit and a prescription and you're good to go. So avoid that and go get your PPE. Simple.
Yes. So you might be wondering, you have been to 6 parishes. When am I coming? Then, when are we going to the other parishes?
By the next 2 months, we'll be in the next location.
Even 20,000, you can't work more.
No, man. On average, we're talking about anywhere between less than $10,000 for this protective gear. And it comes with your trousers. You get a top, you get the hood, or you put over your head, and of course, gloves are present in it. So all you need, water boot, respirator, and you're ready for the field.
All right. So we're coming to a community near you in another parish. So come April.
Next location.
Look out for us. Look out for us in April. We are coming near you, and we're saying come on down to come and learn about Caribbean Chemicals products, and let's grow together.
Indeed.
I wanna be in your life until the night is over. I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. It's been a hell of a ride, every single moment. You were there by my side. Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel warm. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know.
So farmers, so farmers, we're right here again. And Caribbean Chemicals, we're doing it again on another Agritech forum right here in Alva, St. Anne. Right across from the Ringo Farm store. And if you look across there, you know, we've seen farmers moving in and out at a great pace. They're asking about Caribbean Chemicals product. They're wondering what's going across the road, and they're making their way over here. Now, farmers, if you're under the tent, if you're at our booth right now, there is going to be a presentation by our resident agronomist, and he's from Trelawney. He's from Mount St. James, and he's also responsible for ANOVA. And so, he's here to share with you today to tell you all about our new products that we have right here at Caribbean Chemicals. And if you're a farmer, this says something that interests you because those new products have some new technology in there. So if you're having trouble with your worms in cabbages, if you're having problems with black rot in cabbages, and if you have a problem in controlling some of the pesky weeds in your crop, you can move your way right over to the table that marks Omex. That's the one. Raise your hand, leave hand. Give a wave of your hand. Farmers, just go to that table. There's going to be a small presentation right now. So those who are registering, just go to the corner of the booth up there, and the farmer will get your information about all our new products that we have here today. All right, farmers, so move, make your way. Even by to do a small presentation. Farmers, you've been invited up to the top of the tent up there for a small presentation. So farmers, we won't miss registering your name. So make your way to the presentation.
All right, yeah. Bring back that one that we're going across the road, I think. Oh. Oh, yes, sir. And then come we tell us that I want to buy. Me have prepped a long time and this me pre the pine, you know, me I want them.
Stay in your life.
I am live. Oh, I am alive. Alright guys, so alright. Alright, thank you guys for coming together again. We are back at this table. Levan Barrett is our presenter here. We'll be looking at some of the new products that we offer here at Caribbean Chemicals. So we have fungicides that you might be familiar with, or we're going to introduce it to you. We have insecticides as well as herbicides. So Levan, let's start with the newest in terms of fungicide line control. What does it do? Why should a farmer pay attention to it?
Well, control is a fungicide. It's a systemic fungicide. It controls a wide range of fungal infection in your field. So when you're looking for a fungicide, you look at the active ingredient. Very important. Because some of the time you have a fungicide already, and then you go and buy another fungicide with different trade name but same active ingredient. So it's very important to pay keen attention to your active ingredient. Very important. So with the control, it have active ingredient, chlorothalonil, and what you get a fully systemic component from this product. So it go inside and it protect and also prevent. So it cure. So this product have a curative and a preventative aspect to it. All right. So it's the mixing rate is another very important aspect of any product at all. Yes. Because the company stipulate that for you. So if you don't mix this product well at the right rate, then you can have two things. If you mix it below rate, you can create this product into what you call it, a vaccine. So you vaccinate the insect against this active ingredient, and that's what you don't want. Because if you vaccinate this, if you use this and turn it into a vaccination, you lose the product. That product can't do anything for you again.
In other words, farmers, if you don't do it right in terms of measurement, that product will no longer have any use to you. You will control the problem or the issue that you're targeting. So we talk about control. This is the presentation, this is the package size. This is a 900 gram, but it also comes as a 100 gram size. So different size for different operations and for the different scales of how you're planting. So you rotate to, so you don't use this next week and go back the other week and then the other week. Same principle will apply. You actually cause the pests to do what now? Become resistant. You follow what I'm saying, farmers? And so what will happen here now, Levan finished off in terms of the application rate and so on.
So this product has a very low application rate. You can use it at 5 gram to 10 gram per gallon of water. And that is 1 to 2 teaspoons per gallon of water. Very low application rate. Control, fungicide. Yeah, yes. Yes, so you can mix this fungicide with the other foliar spray or other insecticide. It's compatible. So you can do a cocktail mix with this fungicide as well. Get excellent results. All right. So this fungicide can control your downy mildew, your leaf spots, circus spore leaf spot, all those fungal infections. Pardon me? No, this is not.
We're going to give you the one for the whitefly.
Don't worry, we're coming to you. All right.
Control the rust virus.
Yes.
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 Yes. All
So
right.
for persons with yam,
Yeah.
you can use it. If you have sweet yam or if you have nigger yam, control can be used in that regime to both treat the heads and spray as the crop is growing. All right, continue.
All right.
So you put on the head. All right, we normally put the heads on a surface and we mix the product at the same 2 teaspoons per gallon and simply spray over the head. All right, understood? Yeah, man.
All right. The other important thing that you can't forget: the PHI, the pre-harvesting interval. Because what I don't want is for you to harvest your produce, bring it to the market with this active in the system of the plant same way. You're gonna damage human health. All right. So pay attention to the pre-harvesting interval, and it's on all products. All right. Very important. And this pre-harvesting interval is 7 days. 7 days after you apply this product. 7 days before you can harvest this product.
So you're saying if I spray control today, I need to count today's which day of the week? Friday. So I need to go Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I can't cut this cabbage until next week, Friday. So that's a pre-harvest interval. That's what it means right there. All right. So the other product now that we talk about, let's introduce. Somebody brought it up. Insect. Somebody brought up whitefly. So tell them about Advance.
Yes. Advance is a new product on the market now. It have an active ingredient pyrophene.
Pyroproxifen.
Pyroproxifen.
Yeah.
Very active ingredient. Yes. So this can control whitefly, and not only whitefly, because we have a very invasive pest, very hard to control pest, named thrips. Very important. That pest can cause a great economic loss to your crop. Very important. And because the time, the weather for it now, or the climate for it now is right now, the hot heat. Yes, it multiplies rapidly now. All right, and this pest is a very troublesome pest because half of the life cycle of the pest is in the earth and half is above earth. So it's very important for timing for this to control this insect. Very important. So with the Advance, it's a contact insecticide, and I want you as farmers to pay attention to this ribbon here. It's not for beautification. It's not for beautification. It's a reason why this is here. All right. So you see some product you see blue, some product you see yellow, some product you see red. It's an indication. So this band here tells you the toxicity of the product. Very important. And even if it's a blue or green, which is this precaution, that doesn't mean that you should not wear personal protective equipment. Always wear your personal protective equipment. even if the product don't have any smell, wear your protective equipment. Very important. You come first. Alright?
So how does one use advanced now in terms of applying this? So the farmer will ask the question about the white flies. How would he go about doing to control white flies with advanced?
Yes,
Yes, it can be used, yeah.
So with the advance, it's just 5 ml per gallon of water. It does 5 ml or 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon
per gallon of water.
Nice.
Because I don't want to just give the one measurement. So if it's a ml, if you have a syringe, you can measure the ml. If you don't have a syringe, you can use a teaspoon, which is a small spoon, one of that to 1 gallon of water.
That's
all right?
wonderful. So that's advanced for us farmers. This is the other fungicide in the mix. We call it Titan. It's new on the market, so it is similar to, it's a copper-based fungicide. Break that apart, explain to both the viewers and the farmers here what that means for them in terms of Titan.
So Titan, as Mr. Parker said, is a copper-based product. But we have more than one copper-based product. But the difference with this copper-based product is copper habitate. And with the other copper hydroxide,
Yes.
with the other copper hydroxide, once you have a flowering,
You can go around and get to buy for a cheap rate, but we suffer not now one food, you know.
all right, we'll talk to you about that right after this.
That one there,
Yeah, man.
It's on the farm store, man, right now, right across Ringo there. You can get the
No, but a
product.
discount price, me I look, me I talk about
Yeah.
the rice store, yes, me I talking about.
Yeah.
Make him get them at a price so he can sell you at a good price too.
Yeah, man, it's there right now. So if you're ready to purchase it, it's right across. You want this one right now? Because we have 3 over there now.
What's for that one?
No, you have to check the clerk in the store. They'll give you the price. That's the Miss Blow. But hold on, we can't get the price now. We can't check the price. So as you go and listen, somebody going to do the footwork for you. So no worry. Continue.
Yeah. So copper hydroxide, the copper hydroxide with your flooring plants. If you use the copper hydroxide during flooring, you will get some floor abortion. So you start loose floor.
Yes.
But nevertheless, Titan is here, the copper habitate. So even during the flowering stage, you can use this fungicide. It's a copper, which is it control fungus infection and bacterial infection. Very important. So you just don't control just one infection, control 2. So like if your black rot in a cabbage,
Yes.
excellent, good control. All right. So your leaf rust, yeah, good control. So you can use the cabbage.
So for the persons with the yam, negro yam, sweet yam,
Sweet yam,
you
yeah.
can use this as well. Titan can be used.
Yes,
And
excellent control.
Yellow yam,
Yellow
sweet
yam.
yam, all the yams, you can use Titan. If you go sweet pepper, you can use it and it's just the same and tomatoes, and you won't have a problem with that. The other product is carbectin. For those who grow cabbage, and I know you do, listen carefully, because you need to control worms. Here's what Levan has to say.
Worm control is critical when you're growing cabbage or other crops, because worm just don't affect cabbage. It's a lepidoptera. So the mat that you see fly around, they don't cause much damage. It's the worm. So when they lay and it hatch, that eat up all the cabbage. So all right, with this is a worm control insecticide. So it controls your worms and it also controls the eggs, the early stage of the egg. All right, so you get the control of the worm and the eggs. All right, this is a amamectin benzoate active ingredient, very important. As I said, you should read for the ingredients on the bottle so you can do your proper rotation. All right, so this now, I recommend you combine this with another of our insecticide. The reason why, this only control the egg and the worm, but one is left out, which is the mat. The mat is left out. So to get a full coverage, a full control, and a longer lasting control, you combine this with like a Pegastar. So the Pegastar will control the mat that is flying around. You just don't want to control one stage or 2 stage and left one exposed. Then you're going to still have worm problem 1 or 2 weeks down the line, and that's what you don't want. All right. So the carbectin 5 ml per gallon of water, you spray it, get good coverage of egg and worm.
Alright, so I hope you're understanding carefully now, guys. You can be mixed with Pegastar or you can go as a standalone.
Yeah.
So remember now, he mentioned 3 stages of the cycle of the worm, right? There was the moth, which is the butterfly around. Good. You have the larvae or the worm that is eating the cabbage and the eggs. You follow what's going on now? So if you're controlling the diamondback moth, you need to control the adult that is flying around, laying that egg. And when the egg comes and is on the plant leaf, we can control that too with carmectin. And then if the worm is present, carmectin will control it. You follow what's going on? So in this warmer climate too, you normally have a lot of reproduction taking place. So you have to be on top of the ball game now. Fair enough, farmers? I'm talking truth or you follow what I'm saying? Not true, me talk? Yeah, man. So in the dry time, whole heap of them because we're not controlled because we fail to interrupt the life cycle. Yeah. So we use the carmectin and we can also add
Pegastar.
Add the Pegastar. So these are the two right here. So we control the moth and some of the worm and we get in the egg and the worms as well. So we deal with the population as it goes on. Alright? So bear that in mind as you grow your cabbage. If you see the spike start taking place, or better yet, you know when they're going to start lay rapidly. So we have to get ahead of that and start doing the scouting and the application. That's right, farmers? Yeah, man. Talk back to me, man. Me true and fast. Yeah, man. So you have to be on top of the game to know. Exactly. And that's what you want to prevent. If the laying take place, egg come, and after egg is what? The worm. And if the worm come, what happens? You're going to start to eat. And then when the worm finish eat, what happens next? Him turn back. And then start back the cycle upon you again in the same farm. Exactly. And once you have this continuous crop, then you run the risk of more worms showing up on the farm. So we interrupt the life cycle, control the eggs, control the worms, and control the adults. We're using carmectin and Pegastar.
How is it for the potato?
For potato with the weevils, the
green bug.
can also be used. Okay. So you have the Pegastar and you also have Protect that can be used in the same space. So all around you can use them. So that's why we're here today now, to share the information and strategy where you can take back to your farm and implement them.
Well, we have the store right here. So
and then the store is there also where you can get the product. Alright, that's it for now. Bear in mind that the different strategies are available. Use them while you can.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes.
Fertilizers are what you need. Final words for you, Donovan, in terms of the viewing public. What should they learn more particularly? What are the takeaways where Elixir is concerned?
So the Elixir targets the prime principles of crop production, of crop nutrition. Right way, right time, right source, right placement.
Wonderful stuff.
Right? And if you look here, just to wrap up, you can ask any of our agronomists, sales consultants, even our ISPs in the farm stores. They have this here that shows you how each of our products target the different stages of development of the crop, the time in which to apply them, and how to apply them. And then you can look for the results. And those are my final words.
So simplified, simple approach. We have the literature. You can always reach out to us. WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. The offices, we're also in store and we are also in the field.
Yes.
So guess what? Our farm stores right across the length and breadth. So we have face and places and persons with whom we can always reach out to get that information. Elixir is the fertilizer of choice. Bye for now. Welcome back to the 6th stage of Agritech Forum. We are in Alva, St. Anne, right across from Ringo's farm store. We are about to hear from Nickel Dazi, our agronomist from the eastern region, on the different products that we carry more from Agrofert. So we have for the irrigation solution, we also have for foliar solutions. So, Nickel, share with the viewing friends what your table represents and how does the technologies involved and what Carbon Chemicals has on offer.
So, Dean, excitement.
Yes.
We're here, we're going to discuss Agasol. This is a completely 100 soluble fertilizers. So for our farmers who, they don't use granular fertilizers, they use a drip line, they fertigate, which means they mix the fertilizer, and then they put it through the lines and it goes to the root of the crop. This is the solution for you. We have Agasol. Agasol, it provides macronutrients and micronutrients, so it's a complete solution for your crop nutrition needs. And so we have a range of products that follows the growth pattern of the plant.
Wonderful.
So from the initial stage onto the harvesting and maturity stage, we have a line, we have a fertilizer that matches that. So for the initial stage, let's start there. We have our 15-30-15, which is here, right here, Dane, and that has magnesium along with the trace elements, those micronutrients that are important for the growing of the plant right at that critical stage. And for the vegetative stage, Dane, we have our 20-20-20. So we move from that initial stage, 15-30-15, to that vegetative stage, we have our 20-20-20. Also, that 20-20 contains our trace elements. So for the entire duration of the crop, you need those trace elements because people normally believe that plants only need NPK. So they go to the store, they ask for the different, NPKs, only 3 on the bag. But if you check our Agasol line of fertilizers, you'll see the complete nutrition our crop requires. Because guess what, if you go ahead and read and do some research, you'll realize that crops requires about 17 different nutrients to grow. And if you look at the bag of Agasol, it provides almost everything. And so the next stage after we pass the vegetative stage is the productive stage. We start to bear a flower, we start to get that fruit, and for that stage we have our 10-5-40 right here. And also our 10-5-40 carries trace elements. In that bag of 10-5-40, which is critical at this stage as well, are calcium fertilizers. And so farmers, if you're not sure how to apply these, I want you to feast your eyes upon this piece of device right here.
Before you go there, Nickel, let me just break something apart and have you dissect a bit more. What does it mean then, having the fertilizers in the different stages? I see it says start to finish, but help the farmers to understand a little bit more. What does that mean in terms of you being able to comprehensively cover the growth stages? What is that? How is the benefit? What's the benefit there?
So the benefit of that is, at different stage, just like a baby, at a baby stage, you don't eat as much as when you're an adult, right? And as you change your lifestyle from a baby growing up, then your requirement, in terms of nutritional requirement, changes.
So for this starter blend, 15-30-15 plus,
you have a lot of phosphorus in the bag. So that phosphorus is important for that initial development. Because when you start, when you plant a seed and it starts to develop into a seedling, that phosphorus is needed for that, that early stage right there to kickstart the root development. And so the roots are now established. And so when you get to the vegetative stage where you want a lot of stem, branches and leaves, then you're going to go to your 20-20-20.
So in establishing it then, if I'm understanding correctly, this 15-30-15 gives my root mass so I can now move that plant to the next phase of growth.
Yes.
Wonderful. So how does 20-20-20 comes in that vegetative?
So as I said to you, branching, leaves, stems require a lot of nitrogen, and the 20% nitrogen in that 20-20-20. Also at that stage, you still need phosphorus, and you still need potassium. So it's that complete blend that gives you that vegetative growth that you're looking for. And so you move to the next stage of development, which is your flowering and your fruiting. We have 2 blends there, actually. We have the 9-18-36 that initiates the flowering, and then we have the 10-5-40 that takes that flowering from that fruit to the fruit stage, and the expansion of the fruit and the maturity of the fruit.
So as simple as it is, you recognize that the products themselves are so designed to capitalize on the developmental processes that a plant will undergo. And so the farmers are winning, and what's likely to occur basically at harvest now.
So you have these nice, if you're planting melons, you get a 35-pound melons, you get a 40-pound melons. If you're planting tomato, you get a nice big tomato, you put 3 on the scale, you get it a pound. And so farmers, what that means in terms of profitability, you're using less fruit to reach the pound that you need, and so you're using less fruit to reach a pound, so you're making more money.
Okay.
Simply put.
And so, in terms of the cost-benefit side of that equation, then, am I hearing you correctly in saying that the farmer can expect more and still get that added value?
Still get that added value. So, using this agasol, you can expect to reach that harvesting yield target that you want, and probably more than that what you're expecting.
So you were saying now, how does one apply this agasol, this contraption here? What is it about? How does a farmer use it?
So this is, simply put, this is a fertilizer injector.
Okay.
Persons know it as your Venturi injector. So this actually injects into your drip lines.
And by the way, guys, we sell this as a complete kit. You're getting the Venturi, that is this black portion that is in Nickel's hand, and it also comes with your hose and your filter. As you see here, you're going to have to supply the PVC setup, but it's good to go as is. I'm wondering if that's a cue. Okay, guys, we are back. We are live here at the 6th installment of the Agritech Forum. We are at the Omex booth, or the Omex station. So it's all about the Omex technology. That's a product we carry at Carbon Chemicals. These are foliar fertilizers out of the UK, but high quality nonetheless. But don't take my word from it. Denver Green is the man on the ship right now this afternoon to tell you more about the Omex line. So guys, get your pen and pencil out. If you have a question, drop it in the comment. Feel free to reach out to us on different messaging boards, so we can of course ask Denver live on location. So welcome Denver. He's out of the western region, right. Westmoreland to be exact. So Denver, give us your take on the Omex line of products. What's so important about them? Why should a farmer pay attention to them?
All right, so one of the things that a farmer should recognize is that sometimes when you fertilize a field, you applying the granular fertilizer without doing a soil test will make you be on the end of not knowing what's going on in the field.
Okay.
So with the foliar applications or the foliar fertilizers,
yes,
it gives the farmer an opportunity to ensure that what he puts in the field is in the field.
Wonderful.
So for example, sometimes you'll find that a farmer will be growing sweet peppers or tomatoes, and they might see some, or even sweet pepper. For example, in this case,
yes,
you might see some cat-facing issues in the field, not sure what's happening to the plant. It is definitely showing there's a limiting factor, and that limiting factor could very well be boron.
Wow.
So let's look
so this could potentially then limit a farmer's yield.
That's correct.
And profitability, because of the fact that while boron might be present, it might not be available, or the plant not able to take it up. So you're saying supplement that.
That's correct.
Okay, wonderful. How does that Omex foliar boron help? Why should a farmer use this? Go ahead.
Right. So with foliar boron, what foliar boron will do for the plant is to eliminate some of these cat-facing issues. It will keep the physical or the phenotypic characteristics of the plant to look as it's supposed to look.
Oh, hold on, man. You can't use the big words. Help us know.
Right.
So phenotypic meaning what now? You're talking about the shape of the papaya?
The shape of the papaya.
Okay.
So you want the papaya to have this uniform shape. So if you don't have the foliar boron or the boron in your plant,
yeah,
this is one of the results that you will see taking place. But if the boron is there,
yes,
also with, I will go on to Calmax B next, is there, you will find that the plant will show you the natural physical characteristic that it's supposed to have.
All right, so guys, just so you clearly understand, absence of boron, cat facing, misshapen fruit. So at what? Pollination.
At pollination.
Something goes wrong, the fruit is not shaped the right way, and so this is what you get. Can this be marketed?
No.
This is what a farmer or a householder wants to see.
That's correct.
When they pick up a papaya in the supermarket or on the local guys selling on the street and so on. So how does then a foliar boron help with that correction, if so?
So what you do now is that because foliar boron helps to improve also the cell wall, because the concentration in this, what it does is correct the boron deficiency. So once you put it onto the plant, it will help to stimulate even the pollen development. And once pollen development is stimulated, then the plant should eliminate all of those issues and give you a true to type version of what the plant is supposed, or the fruit is supposed to look like. And that's what boron does for the farmer.
All right, so just so you know, guys, we encountered a farmer who had this kind of issue. One of our agronomists went in, stepped in, saw that this was the issue, cat facing taking place, and then now we went to apply foliar boron, and so going forward consistently the farmer would have been able to see the treated versus the control area, and then would have been able to adapt the product.
That is correct.
Wonderful.
That is correct.
Continue along the line in terms of the other products on the
So before I go over, foliar boron can be applied at 15 ml or 1 tablespoon to a gallon.
Okay.
And you just apply it to your plant. Once you see that there is a deficiency, you can do 3 applications, or you can do 1 application every week up to a 21-day period, or you can do 1 application every 2 weeks going forward, and you will see some improvement in your field using foliar boron.
Wonderful,
right?
Wonderful.
Now, I just want to run over the Calmax B.
Yes.
Because Calmax B is one of those run-to products as well that you can use. So farmers who plant sweet peppers, tomatoes, even you see in papaya, you can have Calmax B in your field. Because what Calmax B does, as the name suggests, Calmax B is calcium, you have magnesium, and you also have boron, which is a 1% boron inside of it as well. So this gives you a threefold lick. So when you put this into your field, you're guaranteed that you will improve your fruit set.
Yes.
You will also improve your bud, the plant not losing the flower buds.
Okay, so there's no falling off.
No falling off the fruits.
Wow, so improve fruit set right there by those Calmax B.
Just by using Calmax B.
Wow, good.
So once you put Calmax B in the field, you will see that your flower buds will stay on. You will see that your fruit set stays on. You also see improvement in your fruit cellular structure, meaning about the bulkiness. You see that as well. So for farmers who plant tomatoes, sweet peppers, papayas, even your watermelons, pumpkins, Calmax B is a run-to product, especially when the plant is growing in flowering.
But we are in Alva, we're talking about leafy vegetables. How would a Calmax B play a role? I mean, hey, the farmer if you understand that part.
All right, so
can I use a Calmax B on a cabbage?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Definitely. Bulk up the cabbage head.
Wonderful.
Because
I hear a secret too. I saw from product development at once, John Johnson doing a trial with Calmax B in rainfall. And what we saw of growers was that the cabbage head that didn't have Calmax B, they were bursting, they burst open. And so with a calcium, with Calmax B, that area solid, no issue whatsoever. So guess what? From leaf vegetable all the way up to tree crops, the omics line have a role
to play. And as being said a while ago, very important, when we were younger, they told us that, listen, drink a lot of milk because milk strengthens your bone. Calcium does the same for the plant. It strengthens plant cell structure. So to prevent the bursting effect, Calmax B will ensure that that doesn't happen.
And guess what, guys? If you have a mango tree now or a light tree now, yes, and it are coming to blossoming, or if you have a pear tree, yeah man, I'll try this on my pear tree and we have to catch up the linden. Yes?
Definitely.
And orange too? Yes man, same thing. So for this season now you have pear, mango, aki, Calmax B can do. So orchard crops can benefit from a Calmax B application.
Blossoming and what?
Yeah?
Prevention.
Wonderful.
Yeah? So for your blossoming and what issues, it's because the plant is showing a deficiency in calcium.
Yeah.
Right?
So the fruit comes out, grows, but then the cell wall collapses and start to break
That is
down.
correct.
Because there's no calcium or a limited amount of calcium.
Limited amount of calcium. And normally at the base of the fruit. So once you have the Calmax B in it, you should not see those problems happening in the field. All right?
Wonderful. How does a magnesium plus fortify now comes into play right now?
All right. So magnesium. Magnesium is one of those product used in our virus control strategies.
Yeah.
Because what magnesium does for the plant, it helps to improve the plant chlorophyll pigment. So once you make the plant greener, there you go. So once you apply magnesium to the plant, you will ensure that the plant texture will come back green, that chlorophyll pigmentation will return. So even if the plant was struggling because of a virus, where that yellowing might be appearing in the plant leaf, then magnesium plus can bring back suppress the symptoms, allow the plant to perform as it was, and then give you your returns on your investment. It might not be to the return that you would have been looking for, but the magnesium plus will actually give you back something. Also, the notice as well with magnesium plus is that if you have a magnesium deficiency in your field, magnesium plus can be applied in your field, and magnesium deficiency is normal. You normally see it on the early leaves of the plant, so you will see that yellowing or that chlorosis start taking place on the leaves and normally the early leaves on the plant. And once you apply the magnesium plus to the plant, you will see those deficiencies being suppressed, and the plant will return to its normal function.
Excellent.
Right?
Excellent.
So when you apply magnesium plus 15 ml or 1 tablespoon to the gallon, apply on the plant, you can do 3 consecutive applications over a 1 week period, and you can even apply once per 2 weeks, still get the same result over a period of time. give you a good control.
So tell us about Fortify.
Fortify is a beautiful product because what Fortify does, as it says here, is a phosphorus type product, a phosphorus based product. Once you apply Fortify in your field, it will improve your root development. It also builds cell structure. For flowering, it helps the flower beds to develop properly. So when you apply a Fortify in your field, you're going to see bulk, right? You're going to see more flowering.
Yeah.
You're going to see more density in your root development. Wow. And that will help the plant to perform at its maximum.
I like the word fortify. Because it tells me that it is strengthening something. In this case, you're building the plant's resilience to stress and to diseases because of the phosphite that is present in it. So all around growers, you are getting defense, nutrition, bigger root structure with Fortify. Can I combine them and use them?
You can combine them.
Wonderful.
You can, all right. So for example, in flowering stage, you can combine a Fortify and a Canbox B.
Okay.
Very good combination.
So I'm getting complete nutrition right here.
Complete nutrition.
With Calmax B and Fortify.
And Fortify.
Nothing missing. All 17 present.
Present.
You get that?
Yeah.
So Calmax B, Fortify, nothing missing, everything.
Everything present. You can also combine the Fortify and the Bio 20.
Yeah.
Because Fortify and Bio 20 is almost, well, I could say our 17 is also present.
Exactly, yeah, man.
With the seed extract as well.
17 plus.
So the plus.
17 plus.
So I mean, 17 plus.
Bio 20 is all 17 plus more.
Yeah. So, for example, farmers who are seeding production.
Yeah.
Excellent start. Excellent start, seeding production. Because what you will see is a broad leaf area index. And once the leaf is broad with more surface area, it therefore means that the plant will perform. And then you also see that root initiation as well with the Bio 20 because you have the seed extract to help the plant to push more root and more development. So you see that improved structure on the plant. So when you combine both of them together, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Don't speak on King Fall zinc yet because we don't want to skip over these potatoes. There's something unique about this potato crop right here now. I am observing some uniformity in the development. What did the farmer do? Was this a crop care program as he suggests? How did the farmer engage in that?
So the crop care program was when one of our agronomists visited the farm and encouraged the farmer to start using some of our crop care guides. Because the farmer was his first time planting Irish potato. Very first time. And then he said, okay, I will trust what you are telling me and I'll try the crop care program. So the crop care program gives you a week step-by-step application on what to put in the field. The farmer follow up to the T.
So this is the Irish potato guide, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Irish guide.
And then that's what we got.
So uniformity, growth, development, tuber size, the whole works. From using the Omex line of
products.
In the crop. All around some beautiful potato. Ready for some mash. Some cooking right here now. We know we're cooking. We have some refreshments on location, but we should have been getting some of these potatoes right now to sample. In a pot, whether it is in the refreshment, or as a side dish. So I need to signal to Mr. Lewis, Sir Lewis, you should have brought more potatoes so we could have sampled everything. So put a pot on the fire.
True.
All right.
True.
King for zinc and then finally vigor.
All right.
Yeah.
So for King for zinc, for example, a farmer can apply King for zinc on some old seeds, for argument's sake, right? So if you have a seed, because when you look at the seed packaging when you purchase seeds, sometimes you might find that the seed might be a year old, right? Because the expiry date would have been probably 2024, and then you bought the seed in 2025. However, you will still get some amount of germination, or sometimes you look at the package, you will see 70% germination, right? So if you apply a King for zinc, what King for zinc will do for the seeds will initiate that enzymatic reaction or the enzymatic activity. And what will happen, that enzymatic reactivity or enzymatic activity will ensure that the seeds start performing and to start developing. So once you get that germination, you will see an improved germination once you apply the King for zinc. With King for zinc also, you'll find that when you have like your corn, because this works best with corn. So for corn farmers, once you have the King for zinc in your field, you will get good corn kernel development. So you see that seed fill, and you ensure that the corn possibly looks much better, much vigorous. Wow. The leaf sometimes will show that variation. So you see some yellow stripes on the older leaves of your corn that to show that you have a zinc deficiency. It can also be magnesium. So sometimes magnesium and zinc look similar in the field with corn. But without King for zinc in your field, you have a low yield and low return on your investment when you're planting a crop like corn. So bear that in mind. Chemical zinc can also be used on other plants. So when you do papaya, it can be applied on papaya as well to ensure that seed development, to ensure that even if you want to, on even peppers, for argument's sake, we have some peppers here.
Yeah.
Chemical zinc can ensure that these peppers inside of this, the pepper seed, develops properly and true to type. So when you're going to replant those seeds, you will ensure that you get good quality seed because the chemical zinc will help to develop the quality of the seed inside of this pepper.
Now, finally on the table, and I want persons to understand that we are live on location, you know, but guess what? We have persons in the background, you know, engaging the farmers. So if my Mr. Grant can engage, if you look at the table there, we have farmers at the no-new table, looking at diseases, we're looking at different activities. So we are buzzing on location. So bear in mind though guys, we are live and people and persons are here. So not just me and Leave and here, but other persons are on location. So pull up for me now and let's talk about vigor, because guess what? We have some samples on table that we want to discuss because it's important to understand what is happening here and how vigor was used to help this farmer, this grower, to overcome the condition. So break it apart for us.
All right, so vigor is a new and improved nematicide.
Yeah.
Right? So this controls nematodes.
Yes.
So sometimes you see the farmer green, nice, lush plants in the field, and all of a sudden the plants start showing signs of droopiness or withering or dying back. And you've been wondering what's happening. If you should scratch a root surface, sometimes you observe a situation like this. Or Mr. Cameraman can zoom in somewhere on our our specimen.
Yes.
You will see some situations like these.
So all of these are galls that exist on the root mass itself.
Right.
And this of course is impeding nutrient uptake.
That's correct.
Wow. And so what would a farmer, so you're saying you see the plant dying back on top.
Right.
So upon investigation, this is what he or she would have seen. How does vigor now play a role in helping a farmer with a situation like this?
So once you would have applied vigor, you can use vigor at 30 ml to the gallon, drench. Once you would have drenched, you would have seen now where the vigor, see the field, you would have seen now.
Yeah man, pick them up and let's look at them. Let's look at all of them. So you're saying now, despite the fact that the nematodes are present, yes,
because see
the galls here just the same.
Right.
They're there.
Right.
So these masses are still present, Denver, but the plant now would have been able to overcome.
New roots.
Wow.
New development. Yeah. New development to ensure that the plant continues on its life's journey. So if a farmer would have been experiencing a nematode issue and not applying vigor,
yes,
they will be now on the back end.
And these plants would die.
They will die. So if you want to ensure that the plant continues to put back your money or return on your investment, you want to ensure that you have vigor as a drench to control the problem that you're having in the field. So once treated at 30 ml, and you give it 3 applications.
Yes.
Right? 3 applications. And once you do 3 applications of vigor, you should eliminate your problems over
a period of time.
Wow.
So if you notice guys, more fibrous roots would have been produced from the same sites on the plant, but nonetheless the nematodes would have been reduced and would have been significantly reduced. So you're getting root mass, you're getting development all around growth. So that's the technology we bring to you, from Omex. We talk about the EBA technology, enhanced biological activity, so the plants can pick up that nutrient. We talk about adding seaweed in those products, and not just that, phosphate. To give the plant that added benefit to overcome stress. And of course, preventing blossom drop and cat facing and fruit deformity with the Omex line from your Calmax D or your foliar boron. So all around the farmers are benefiting. Thank you, Denver. Excellent job. Keep up the good work, sir, in terms of dissecting the information and sharing to our farmers. I can't put this down. I'm going to put it back over there. I'll tell you, the excitement is here in Alva. We're opposite Ringo Farm Store. We might have to get some traffic management there because a lot of farmers are here. They're showing up on location, and guess what? They are engaged fully in learning. Rowan is to the left there talking to a farmer, providing solutions. We have the table to the back, providing registration and showing case in some other issues, and we have other persons fully engaged, in conversation. Sales teams is here, in-store promoters are here. We also have the agronomists, we have product development here. All around, the farmers are fully engaged on location, very much live, and of course, learning so they can go back and apply. So it's Omex table. You'll hear from Yulan Campbell where it comes on to Miller, but guess what? It's continued information, dissecting the products, learning, and of course, engaging the growers on location in Alva. We're opposite Ringo's farm store, and guess what? Excitement galore on location. Where are you? You should be here. And if you're not here, find the nearest transportation, because guess what? You're going to miss out on some engaging conversations right here on the ground. The 6th installment of our Agritech Forum. Bye for now. Welcome back to the 6th installment of the Agritech Forum right here in Alva, St. Anne. We are featuring the Miller line of products now. With me is your presenter and my co-host for this segment, Yulan Campbell. Welcome to the program, sir, and welcome to the platform. This is your first of many installments, so greet the viewers. He's in the Southwest region. All right, and that includes all of St. Elizabeth. So, if you're a farmer in St. Elizabeth,
should I say, excluding the northern section, which is Mr. Green Denver, who's on the Donegal side of St. Elizabeth, but I'm on the southwest, southern areas now.
So, once you're within the southwest part of that St. Elizabeth bracket, your agronomist on location, of course, is Yulan Campbell.
For sure.
Miller is dynamic. Miller is dynamic in that you have many products, however, they can be used on multiple crops.
Sure.
Walk our viewers, listening friends, on the strategies, the products, and how you utilize them in the various crops that can be grown.
Okay, Aka, for our viewers' sake, the Miller line has been around from 1937.
What?
Seriously. I've seen some farmers here today who are saying that they are new to most of our products here. They might see 1 and 2 of our products, but not the entire line of our products. Now, Miller products, they are actually used, are actually applied, and we call it in a transcuticular delivery, not in the traditional stomata delivery. Because what happens in this stomata delivery, when you apply chemicals, you might end up having what is known as crystallization. So in the transcuticular, this system enhances. I would say it's an express system where the efficacy is actually being seen within a 15 minutes time period. So that's why we use the word express.
From the point of application to the actual absorption and utilization by the plant, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Wonderful. So that's the tedious transcuticular delivery system by Miller. What products are in the range, and what exactly are we using here today, and how do we showcase them?
So we have our green stem, we have Kickstart. This is our Nutrileaf 2020. For our viewers, we have our Mycoplex. Our Mycoplex now consists of our micronutrients, which are essential for our plant growth and development. Here we have our cytokine. And for our viewers' sake, cytokine is a plant hormone that is very essential in terms of root development for our plants. We have our Nutrient Express. Remember, Parker, I make mention of Express. So you know that this nutrient is going to reach our plant quickly. So we'll see overall development for our plants and crop growth very in a short span. This is our Sugar Express. For our farmers who are actually planting, for instance, fruits. We ensure that they use Sugar Express, which is a 40-10-40 in terms of grade.
All right, so break it down for me now in terms of product by product. What exactly is our green stem?
So let's go back to the green stem. You realize we're going through different climatic conditions. Weather pattern changes, windy, sunny, flood conditions. We use our green stem as a stress reliever. It carries betaines inside.
Great.
Right? So
what is so unique about GreenStem that we use in our starter program, it is also using our virus program strategy.
Okay,
We use
wonderful.
GreenStem along with our ZMC and our Cytoplex.
Okay.
Yes, now they are compatible, so
Understand,
it will alleviate the
understand.
viruses.
So
that you
all
may
around
encounter.
GreenStem can be used to
All
reduce
around.
plant stress.
Yes.
And then during
It is not-
production, because when plant stress is not just one period, it's
No,
continuous.
no. So
in
whenever you have
reproduction-
stress,
Yeah.
we tend to tell our farmers you can apply GreenStem.
So which would be better than Ulan? Before the stress event
No,
or
no, we can
during
use
or
it
after?
at a preventative
Okay.
stand, not as a control stand, but as a preventative stand. We can apply our GreenStem.
But then if we go to the field and the farmer is having issue, we can just put him GreenStem.
Definitely,
and utilize
quite
it.
so.
Okay, understand. How do we pair GreenStem with what else? Say, for example, a tomato farmer or
Okay.
melon farmer.
For instance, Parker, you're going to start, viewers, we're going to start your planting.
Good.
In the sense that you're going to, from your nursery operation, you're going to do your transplanting now. We can actually pair our GreenStem with our kickstart here.
Okay.
Also along with our Cytoplex there.
Okay.
Which is going to enhance our root development,
So,
quick root development.
Start
So this is the
crop?
kickstart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Early,
Quite so.
early days.
Early days.
Or from nursery.
From nursery up to transplant, we can actually apply these products.
Okay, wonderful.
What will you get? Good root mass.
Yeah.
Overall development of your true leaves as well.
Okay.
So it's overall development of your plant in terms of growth development. This can be applied.
All right. So in my growth phase now, what would I utilize now from this line of products?
Okay, so we're moving from stage 1.
Yeah.
Let us introduce you to our NutriLeaf 2020.
So do I drop my GreenStem or do I
No,
carry
we
it forward?
can carry it on because
Okay.
remember we want to stave off any form of stress.
Wonderful.
Abiotic or biotic stress that the plant may encounter.
So we talk about stress now, wind,
yes,
excess rain,
excess
the heat,
yes, the high temperature,
suppose we run through the field and bounce a few plants.
injury
Okay.
can be used.
Mechanical or otherwise.
Yes. Also,
So
if you have like your suppression of your insect or diseases, we actually can apply
help
our
the GreenStem overcome it.
Overcome.
What
alleviate
if,
the
I,
stress.
what if I drift like other chemical drift or other chemical burn?
We can use this as well
and
to
my
reduce
GreenStem?
phytotoxicity.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
so
very good.
in my growth phase, I'm using NutriLeaf,
yes, you are
I'm using
using
GreenStem.
GreenStem.
Do I introduce now my cytokine here?
Yes, cytokine will enhance your overall root development because cytokine is that plant hormone that's essentially for your overall development of root mass. Remember now, without a proper root mass now, farmers, you will have what is known as undeveloped plants. Your plant will not grow to that amicable level that you wish or you think it should be growing.
Okay,
so
for example,
applications,
now, yeah, if you had planted like a cabbage then, or a tomato, then 21 days, something magical should be happening, blossoming.
yes,
So if we're not seeing that, we're behind.
very much so.
And so what we do, ensure that we put the green.
And you make mention of tomato. When you talk about tomato, growing tomato, cytokine is very, very essential. Tomato is that plant that can actually change over a short span, where you see you have that auxin dominance.
Yeah.
And whenever you have auxin dominance, remember auxin is that hormone that goes into your fruits and your seeds and to your root tips.
Okay.
So they tend to have less root development or the state of
So the roots
stability of
start
the
to die
root.
off.
The roots start to die off.
Wonderful.
So when you apply your cytokine, this will actually ensure that during the reproductive stage, your plants will have that root mass where the absorption of your nutrients is still moving or translocating to your plant. So your overall development of your plant is unique.
Wow. So you see what you need team members from Caribbean Chemicals. We understand the science and the biology of crop production and we apply it through the product line in the field, in your crop care guide. So would that be tomato production, sweet pepper production, lettuce production, they are in your crop care guide. Now, I want to bring something here to the fore. We have microplex. This corrects our micronutrient deficiency.
Yes. So
should I wait until I'm seeing the deficiency or do I pair it with my
pair? What we try to do, we try to prevent instead of cure. We prevent. So we can add our microplex here, which is our micronutrients. Micronutrients play a very important role in your plant development. Your micronutrients will actually push your macronutrients in the sense that it moves them, they translocate within your plant.
Wonderful.
Okay?
So this contains your magnesium, your manganese, your iron, your zinc. This also contains some amount of copper, cobalt. So all around helping the plant to overcome stress. Yes. Providing the nutrition.
Yes.
But the nutrition right here is total or fully balanced.
Yes, fully compatible.
Wow, wonderful stuff here. And then I introduce now my Nutrient Express. I want to push flooring
Thank you.
I want to see some bigger
Thank you.
buds. How do I engage with this product? What am I seeing here?
We can, to ensure that we have a, say, wonderful or compatible amount of flooring going on, Mr. Parker, we can merge or repair our cytokine with our Nutrient Express.
So this is the flooring formula.
This is the flooring formula right here now.
So let me just say now, if an ornamental you grow like rose,
yes,
cytokine Nutrient Express.
Quite so.
If you're growing tomato, if a pepper,
Quite so.
and if you have fruit trees and you want to stimulate some bigger buds and flowering, here we go, guys.
Yes, yes.
Nutrient Express along with your cytokine. Now, guess what? On sweet potato now, this was a work that I did about 2-3 years ago. You can go back on our YouTube platform, you can see that video. Here's a farmer showcasing the strategy with getting multiple tuber sets using the cytokine green stem Nutrient Express to push tuber development.
Yes.
Alright? So you can go back to the YouTube platform and find this video. You'll see it there, you'll understand it in more detail on how those things work and why they work. So we have the strategy and we have the protocol. You just name the crop and we can guide you as to what to do. Alright, you will continue on the middle line of products.
Okay, Parker. Remember you mentioned of Nutrient Express. What this contains also are amino acids as well. Or should we say micronutrients as well. Now, in the EDTA form that we mentioned here is that it is a synthesis amino acid. So what it does now, it binds these minerals here now, right, and make them soluble and make them more available to the plants.
Wow. Hey,
so that is the unique thing about this.
Go back over that. Say it a little bit slower because I don't want this slipping out. People are take notes.
Yes, okay,
okay. Pause and rewind later.
So we are talking
right now
about the micronutrients that are in the Nutrient Express here. And when we make mention of the EDTA form that it is in, we mean that it is chelated, meaning that now the synthesis amino that is present here will actually allow the micronutrients here to become soluble, and while it is soluble now, it is more available, or it is readily available to the plants. And because it's a Nutrient Express, the plant will absorb this in a short span, so you will see changes in your plants very quickly after a short time.
Yeah, man. Once it's chelated, it's like a claw or a hook.
Yes.
Binds and holds and transports.
Right.
So it's moving through the plant.
Quite
By
so.
the way, guys, let me tell you this. This technology doesn't exist nowhere else except at Caribbean Chemicals.
Thank you, sir.
So it's not just ordinary products, these are also food grade plant material. So you can spray and consume and not have to worry about it.
Thank you.
And here Yulan said earlier, within 15 minutes of the application, these products are within the plant system and they are
okay, sir.
That's my catchphrase, right? So we're not going to take my catchphrase, this is mine.
Yes.
I call it crop finisher, you know it as Sugar Express.
Yes.
How does a farmer use this in
Sugar Express is a water soluble fertilizer.
Yeah.
Transcutaneous delivery system as well.
But what that means for a farmer?
What it does now is that, for instance, in your finishing program, say you say to use it at the end of your program.
All right.
Now we tend to use the Sugar Express to increase the bricks, or should I say the sweetness of your crop. Suppose you're planting sweet pepper or your hot peppers. It's going to increase the flavor as well. You're going tomatoes, your pineapples, your papa, but increase the bricks.
But you said tomato.
Yes.
We don't pick tomato one time.
No.
So how does a Sugar Express work in that regard?
Over a period of time, when your plant is coming to the state of maturity, you will have your Sugar Express on a weekly basis then.
Okay, all right.
Right?
So I can rotate.
So you can rotate the Cytoplex with your
Sugar Express.
with your Sugar Express.
Okay, 1 week, the other one with
Thank you. And what happened here with the middle product line, they are compatible. No phytotoxicity when you mix or when you actually use 2 or more of these products.
Wonderful stuff here
in your program.
Excellent. So the portfolio, you get in a green sim, you have Root Max, sorry, you have Kickstart, you have your Nutri-Leaf, you have your Microplex, you have your Nutrient Express, you have your Sugar Express. All of them are so designed to give you maximum return on your investment. So you name the crop, as I said, from ornamentals, fruit tree crops, regular domestic crops, your tomato, your this, that, you have a product that can be used right here from your middle line. You want to continue those orchids, you want to get some nice long bracts along with excellent colorful blooms, we have that for you. So that's ornamental side. For your fruit tree crops, you want to get some maximum. So like for people who do them lychee and them mangoes, this can be utilized right there.
Sure.
More fruit per cluster and bigger sizes.
Thank you.
Bigger flavor.
Thank you.
I hear tomato and sweet pepper and even carrot.
Yes, and papaya.
And papaya.
Papaya.
Right there. So there's a product here for you guys. Every station giving you the product. Each table giving you something unique, but at the same time, where Miller is concerned, you're getting continuous growth and development. Excellent products, excellent service, guys. Thanks again, Yulan. Welcome to the team, welcome to the platform.
Thank you,
For
Mr.
those
P.
who have not met him before, this is Yulan Campbell out of the
Southwest
region, covering St. Elizabeth. Look out for him on the ground because he already takes sent by storm.
Quite
understand?
so. Quite
and
so.
Technically savvy and ready to work in the field.
Okay.
So again, welcome. But guys, remember we talk about our Miller line of products, and of course we are live here on location in Alva. Things still are going, you know. We're not even wrap up a quarter yet. You understand? People still buzzing around. The farm store persons are getting their products. Interaction going on among the team members and farmers, and all around persons are benefiting. It's the Agritech Forum. It's a 6th installment, and we are on the ground. Guess what? I wonder who wants us to be in their parish next, or where. I wonder if the persons on the platform are willing to share now and ask and request an Agritech Forum in their region. Drop that in the chat. Let us know how things are going. Post your questions, of course, and give us your feedback. We welcome them so we can improve on the quality of this presentation. Thank you again for joining us. Our next feature will start in a few minutes. And of course, you'll get that prompt where you can log on, of course. Remember to subscribe. Hey, share this link right now with somebody so they can benefit from this Agritech
Please
Forum.
do.
Bye for now. Welcome back, everyone. We are still in Alva at the 6th installment of the Agritech Forum. We are, of course, sharing with our farmers some of the issues and potential issues that can show up on the farm. So we are at the specimen table. To my right, which is perhaps your left, is Giselle Osborne. She is one of the product development agronomists. And to my left, which is your right, is Dion Subaran. So these guys work in product development to bring to market strategies and programs and products. So they do the research side, the testing and measurement, and make sure the products come to market. Am I right, guys?
Correct.
Wonderful. So what is happening at your table here, Giselle and Dion? Explain to the viewers what we're seeing and why they need to pay attention to these issues. Go ahead.
Alright, so currently now, as you can see here, we currently have papaya right here. But the papaya is not looking so perfect as it should. Reason being, if you look at the bottom of this papaya right here, you'll see it starts to rot. The reason for one of this, well, this is called blossom end rot, and has its name, blossom end rot, it starts at the bottom of the plant, it starts to rot. Alright, so one of the key issues for this would be lack of calcium, and what we would do is to recommend for the farmer to check their farm to see all of these issues that are happening on their farm, and we would recommend for them to fix it along with Calmax B.
So is this the same issue that I'm seeing here?
Yes, it
with the
is.
papaya? So whether it's ripened or
it's
still in the green
yes,
stage?
you'll experience
Wow.
it.
Is this the same thing?
It is the same. So you won't just see it in papaya, you'll see it in a lot of different crops. You'll see it in tomato, sweet pepper, whatever crops that you have, even melon. You'll see these results in it as well.
So you're saying preventatively now, we apply Calmax B?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so if the farmer seeing the issue already, then what?
So what we would advise for the farmer to do is to reap what they see having the issue and to discard of them. Then we
why not drop it on the floor in the farm? Why we don't drop it, just pick it up and drop it on the ground? Why shouldn't the farmer do that?
I mean, for field sanitation, it's very important. So therefore, if you should leave it in the field, those fungal spores, those spores will spread to the plant in general.
So farmers, bear in mind now, you know, when we pick these disease parts, they have to be discarded
from the field.
And dispose of perhaps or dig a pit or something.
Well, you can actually dig a pit, or we would prefer for you to just bag them and discard of them away from your field.
Okay. So what other issue, Dion, let me bring you in here. What other issue are we seeing on the table?
So
how can we solve it?
So we're seeing fungal issues as well, and of course issues with nematodes.
Wow.
And bear in mind, what you're seeing on this table is very critical because agriculture in general, with farming, pest and disease can account for a large amount of your crop losses.
Wow.
Right, so it's very important that you prevent. So here we have downy mildew, right, which presents itself in mostly in cucurbits, right? Watermelon, your squash, the pumpkin, your cantaloupe, right? And this farmers, I'm not just going to tell that this is downy mildew, but what brings this on is the environmental conditions, right? The moist atmosphere, me? The cool nights, you know, with heavy mildew, right? So it will bring that. You'll see you'll see the spores appear on the underside of the leaf. So farmers have to be keen when scouting their fields, right? And to note, if you're not certain, you can contact a technical person, you know, from the office.
So what should a farmer use, having seen these issues? What's the strategy here going forward?
Having seen this, so you can use your Bellis fungicide, right? So very good fungicide, and also there's a broad spectrum which we have here, which is the control.
We spoke about this
control, right? Very excellent. Right now we have a farmer using this to cure gummy stem blight in watermelons in St. Elizabeth, and he's working out well.
Excellent.
You know,
as you mentioned, gummy stem blight. This is a watermelon blight.
Right.
So here just show me the symptoms. What am I looking for here? What should a farmer see?
So you will see these dark lesions.
Some rust. You'll see rust present itself in the leaves of the plant. So you can look at it and then you see these heavy rust, discoloration of the leaf itself, and then you can also determine what's the cause of it. If you are afraid to determine what's the cause of it, which we would normally ask for you to do, is to send it to us, and we could actually tell you what's the cause of it and also what you can use to cure it.
So this is via WhatsApp.
By WhatsApp,
so either to our personal WhatsApp phones or to Instagram or Facebook.
Correct.
You know, 401-4766. That's the general WhatsApp number that you can use. That you can send information to, or via different social media platforms. What else is on this table?
Here we have the papaya mosaic virus. Right. Papaya mosaic virus. As you see, the petioles are short. Right, and you see the leaves are deformed. What will happen as a result of this? Smaller fruits as well. Yes, I mean, with leaves looking like this, the plant cannot carry out its photosynthetic activities and, you know, other metabolic reactions in the plant. So this is a loss to the farmer.
So economic loss. So the plants will eventually die? What's happening?
The plants eventually, in the long term, you know, not being productive. Farmers must bear in mind that you have to be proactive in control, in insect pest control, because a virus like this, there are vectors that contribute to this, like your aphids and your whiteflies. So you have to control the aphids and the whiteflies.
And you actually put the plant under a lot of
stress as well.
All right, so we have a virus program, so can that be implemented here?
Yes, it can. We can use the Cytoplex, the Fortify along with the ZMC, and you can use it to treat this.
Right, as well.
All right, so we are in the cabbage belt, lettuce and potato grow in this region. These are common issues. How does a farmer identify what is happening here and then move to offer a solution from a farm store level, or what is happening with this cabbage and this lettuce? What's going on?
So with this lettuce we have, this is the circus spore leaf spot, right? Another issue again with the environmental conditions, right? At a moisture, right? So you'll find it happen to it occurs at the lower leaves first, right? The lower leaves first.
But then in terms of saleable, the
this is not
farmer is going to have to
marketable.
go all the way down.
Right.
So this
it's
is
a loss.
It's a loss.
Correct,
Wow,
yes.
wow,
It's
wow.
a major loss.
So guys,
right.
So the yield will actually decrease because
Right.
you have to be removing a lot of the outer
leaves.
leaves. So it decreased the yield. So you would have to pay keen attention to this now as to how to treat it as soon as possible.
Right. And this, as you mentioned, treatment, we have our carbendazim,
Yes.
Okay.
right, which is a very effective fungicide. And again, we cannot leave out the control because it's a broad spectrum.
So it
We
cover,
cannot
it
cover
goes
a
with
lot.
any,
Right.
all range of pests and diseases.
And of course, our great bellies.
Bellies,
Cannot
yes.
leave out the bellies.
All right, so the cabbage now, what's going on here?
With the cabbage, this is also a mildew.
Yeah?
This is also a mildew, right? A lot of people don't know that, but this is also a mildew. Of course, the climatic conditions again.
Wow.
You know,
So climate
it's
is
the elevation,
yeah,
the elevation, you know, where we are in St. Anne, and the fluctuation of temperature.
In truth, Giselle and Dion, we can't control the climate.
No, we
so
can't.
What
But
does
what
a
we
farmer
can
do?
do,
Yeah.
so what we normally recommend for farmers to do, we cannot control the climate conditions. So we normally advise our farmers to spray against, to prevent it. So before you actually see
Be
anything
proactive.
happen to your plant, you just spray before.
Yeah,
So
be
when you look
proactive.
at this now, you can see that it's affected. So you look at the lower leaf
Yeah.
of the cabbage and you can see
All
that
the
it
way
was
through.
affected by the powder mildew.
And then of course, guys, remember now, healthier plant using the Omix or Miller or Agrofert or the XL Rhino product will actually help you to mitigate against these. And we have a new product, Titan. Can it be introduced on our cabbage and to help the farmer? Walk us through Titan. How do we go about using it in this situation?
Yes, it's a very effective product. It even control bacteria as well
And fungicide. So it's 2 in 1.
So it's a double action,
Yes.
right?
Wow.
Very effective. So the Titan, we can use it at between 10 to 15 ml.
Yes.
It depends on the level of infestation of the crop. 10 to 15 ml Titan per gallon of water.
So when using the Titan, you're actually controlling 2 things. The bacteria along with fungus. So it's 2 in 1 knock that you can use on the plant to just control both of them.
Wonderful stuff. We have introduced in recent times to just to segue from the different issues on the table 2 new herbicides.
Yes.
I want to give you each one so you can just walk the viewers through how do they go about utilizing Lifeline and Progal. How do they use them on their farms?
Okay, as we mentioned, pests. A lot of people don't know that weeds are considered as pests as well. So it's very important that you brought this to attention, Dan. Right? So Lifeline, selective, right? It's a selective herbicide. It can be used in crops such as your peppers, your tomatoes,
You can use
cucurbits as well. In your cucurbits are just in your, general land area, right? So for most crop, it's a selective. Selective herbicide, which is effective in using most crops.
How does a glufosinate ammonium help in terms of revolutionizing the marketplace? I mean, we have other actives,
Definitely.
but why a
the
glufosinate
technology that comes with this.
The
technology that
behind
comes with this.
Yeah.
Right.
So how these products, the glufosinate works, you're not going to get any high residual action in your soil. It's going to kill those hard to control weeds, your whitehead, your Spanish needle, and guess what? It's a contact, but it works right through. Like a systemic, wonderful
And
stuff.
then little or no phytotoxicity on the crops.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's a good one there for you. Giselle, Progal recently came into being. It can be used similar to Lifeline, through crops, but more specifically, which crops, how does one go about using
So
it?
this Progal is specifically selected for cabbage and onion. what we recommend here at CCJ is that we recommend using the Progal at the 3 true leaf of your onion crop. So when your onion crop is at the 3 true leaf, that's the time we recommend for it to be applied.
But let me jump in here now. Onion and scallion is the same family, so you leave out scallion?
It can be used as well.
Okay,
So not because I say just onion, it can be used.
So we do scallion down
as well, yes.
Yes, it can be used on the scallion as well.
Wonderful.
And also remember your cabbage. But farmers, please remember, while using these herbicides, we please ask you guys to use your PPP gears, because these chemicals will affect you, not now, but in the later on, right?
So the jacked up PPE we're about to give away, that is what you need to put on.
Yes.
Right. Head to toe.
Head to toe. Full coverage.
Full coverage.
Yes, full
wonderful
coverage.
Stuff, wonderful. So guys, you heard it. We are live on location here in Alva. Sir Subaran, I see you have a pressing matter.
Yes.
Tell us what is going on here.
Let me mention this, that this is nematode infestation of roots. That's what the nematodes attack, the root system of the plant. So a farmer may see, wilting of the leaves also of that, but you have to check the root system, because everything, the root feed the plant.
Well, I want to tell you this, I have some of this problem on my farm here, so I can tell you about them.
Right. So root knot nematodes, very critical. You have to control that, or it can spread throughout your field.
Yeah, but these carbon chemicals are working.
Right,
so
definitely.
we don't just identify problems.
Right, so
therefore,
the solution to that is our Omex Vigor, right? And this is garlic extract, right? Very effective product, right? To control, and we continue to do tests against other nematode species as well, to see how effective it is.
I mean, Denver showed me some things on the table up top there. Some excellent responses on the plant
From
itself.
Using Vigor.
Yeah, using Vigor. We saw the bigger roots coming out clearly. In the treating era, the plant was able to survive, and of course, in the control era, those plants eventually had died out.
Because what farmers don't understand in a day is that the nematodes, they can wipe out your entire field. So your entire field, you will wondering, why is it that my field is just going down like that, drying up or everything? You seeing everything up top, but you don't know what's happening below the plant.
But can I suggest something here now? We talk about it affecting the current crop. So what about the future crop?
Exactly.
That particular piece of land where they must go back and farm.
That you have to be treated. So after each stage of your harvest, I would advise that farmers do go in and treat their soil against these insects that are present within the soil.
Well, I want to bring up a location and a timeline and a situation. I've been in some places in Manchester, cooler nights, same conditions, warmer days, and this pepper plant is showing a particular disease, an issue that the guys in Manchester have been faced with for a period. Tell them about it, and of course, how can they go about solving that? So that is anthracnose for those who are not aware. Talk to us about that now.
So this is anthracnose. It can affect fruits and as well as the leaves of the plant. It can affect the leaves of the plant. And as you had mentioned earlier, it has to do again with climatic issues. But as I said, we cannot control the climate. So in order to prevent this, again, I cannot leave out the control, right? Broad spectrum, definitely.
Providing the control,
exactly.
As the name suggests, the control
control.
The different pathogens,
yes. Or bellies, of course. Or carbendazim, right?
Toxin to don't
and toxin, as well.
Toxin,
right.
That is my go-to. Yes, man.
This is not just for peppers.
No, you see it on all different kind of
fruits,
crops,
right?
fruits.
And as I say, it can affect the leaves as well.
So, and of course, these now have to be removed.
Remove, yes.
They're not marketable. So the farmer is losing
definitely
both fruit and it may, so have to discard these.
Definitely.
So we would tell farmers that whatever tools that they use to cut these, they sanitize, because it can be transferred from one from one fruit to another.
Right.
So after you make this cut, you sanitize each time you make a cut.
So then
you have to be very keen because as you
that
see
is
that
tool, you know, I suspect my hands now.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Okay.
it can be transmitted by ourselves walking through the field or
yes.
brushing on. We can transmit the
And not
spores.
just to the farmer visit farmer.
Exactly.
Right.
My God,
Exactly.
so you see what happening here, guys?
Fungal spores are transmitted.
Field sanitation, maintain the conditions that are, so remove them, spirit, my bellies, my toxin, carbendazim, my control, and I am good to go.
Yes.
Manage that field as well. Don't overpopulate.
No.
Allow for air movement and air circulation, guys.
Definitely.
Because that is important. Listen, the team is dynamic. We have a wide knowledge base, strategic thinkers right here in the form of Diane Subaran and Giselle Osborne, myself, along with all the other members who participated throughout the day. We at Caribbean Chemicals continue to grow your yields and to inspire you to produce, and so we want you to do that safely with our PPEs and to read the labels and to, of course, follow the mixing instructions. And of course, when it comes to disposal of those products,
dispose them properly,
in the appropriate means. Again, we cannot overemphasize the safety in using the different agrochemicals. Again, this is the second to the final conversation for the day. Thank you guys for sharing.
You're welcome.
This is the PDM team, Product Development. Also, January is a team lead. We continue to work behind the scenes to bring you effective chemistries that can solve varying issues in the marketplace. Thanks again, guys. Welcome to the platform, Giselle, for the first time. But of course, you'll see more of Giselle. She's going to be in field, talking up a storm and sharing some ideas. So look out for her. Look out for the antenna. Yeah, man, because listen, for 2025, we're putting out the content so that you, our farmers, can benefit. So it'll be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You have a next platform? If you want more platform, come, we step on it, put the content out, because guess what? And also remember, we want to hear from you. So drop us a line, text message, WhatsApp, phone call, email. We want to hear about your growing concerns so we can, of course, provide that working solution for you. See you in a few when we meet up back again for the other segment. Bye for now. All right, guys, so we are back with the final segment. We want to, of course, we would not have been into the remiss of us not to showcase the different technological inputs and gadgets that we use, but more specifically, we want to talk about bellies and its excellence effect. So I'm welcoming to the platform for another time John Oy Johnson. He is our product development manager. John Oy, what is the importance of using bellies at the excellence rate? Share with me as we dive into Saita and then the other technologies we have on the tables. But let's go with bellies. Why at the excellence effect? What sort of benefit a farmer would see, and how does that return in terms of profitability for a farmer?
All right, so what you're looking at, Parker, is technology at its highest.
Okay.
BSF has a slogan where they say, we create chemistries, right?
Wow. It's right behind you.
Yeah, so what they have done is to combine two powerful active ingredients. We're talking about boscalid and pyraclostrobin, right?
Wow.
So generally at the regular rate of about 8 grams per 3.8, you get the fungicidal effect.
Yeah.
But when you double this rate to 16 grams per 3.8, what you're getting is what we tag as the excellence effect, right? Agricultural excellence. So what you're looking at, for any particular crop, your cucumbers, your watermelon, your sweet pepper, it's basically increased photosynthesis, right? So you lead into greater amino acid production. Amino acid are those building blocks, right? Which lead into proteins and other processes.
Yes.
Right? So as well, you're looking at nitrogen assimilation. So that is very crucial, So a lot of forms like nitrates in the plant, you have to expel energy to break down those forms.
Yeah.
So when you have the nitrogen being assimilated better with bellies, the plant is saving that energy.
Wonderful,
right?
so wonderful. Yeah.
And that's why it's even prone, or the plant become less prone to stress, right?
Wow.
And then what you're getting from that increased assimilation and less stress, greater flow set.
Okay.
So you see where we have about
all around up to 40% more return on
yield, right? And then you're getting that effective fruit, and as I said before, the increased yield, right? So this is the overall fungicidal benefits and nutritional benefits from using excellence at the bellies at the excellence rate.
But then we talk about that. Is there a disease protection mechanism involved in terms of using bellies at that excellence? Are we still getting fungicidal activity?
You're definitely getting fungicidal activity. And also with that paired fungicidal benefits and nutritional benefits, you're getting a double win-win.
Wow.
So the increased yield, the greater fungicide control, so it leads into higher yields, less use of plant protection products, and an overall increase for the farmers.
And not just that, the lifespan too, I suspect, of that crop, that productive lifespan. Say, for example, a cucumber would have been lengthened, thereby the return on investment, I suspect, would probably be greater than 40. Given the fact that, let's say, cucumber would last for 8 weeks, I am thinking now that I could get 12.
Definitely.
And so that added 4-week benefit also means money back in my pocket.
Definitely so, Parker. You raise a very interesting point.
Yeah, man.
So what we have seen over the years of testing bellies at the excellence rate is that, when you have a case of extreme weather, so if it's a case of extreme drought or increased rain, you see where that bellies plot stands up above the rest. So what you're talking about, the additional 4 weeks, we have proved that in the field.
All right.
And farmers, if you see that, I tell you.
But this morning I said it. You said boscalid pyroclastrobil.
Yeah.
But can I say this to our viewers? There's only one bellis.
One bellis.
You have other products with similar active, but not the excellence effect. And that too, January, we would have tested in field and proven side-by-side comparisons.
I'm glad I bring up that point.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Because there's a lot of generics on the market, right? That's trying to mimic the bellies, but I'm telling you, it's only one bellies. We have done side-by-side with, in cabbage, sweet pepper, right? And we have observed that the bellies treated at the excellent rate stand out above the rest.
Wonderful.
So the others will give you fungicidal control, but they won't give you the excellence.
Wow.
Yeah.
So guys, you might hear the milling in the background and people moving across, We are live on location. So guess what? The farmers are here. They're talking to the agronomists. They're talking to the sales team to get information and product, to get into that raffle for that battery sprayer and also
the
Jacto PPE. So all around, we have the discussions taking place in terms of the different things that are happening on location. So we live, expect more, get more from your bellies excellence. Janoy, we have the literature to prove it's in the different calendar activities. How does one take on an excellence program, and also how does one implement it? Let's start with the implementation first from this slide deck.
Yeah. So what BSF has done along with the Caribbean Chemicals team is to lay out a program for various crops, right?
Okay, yeah.
So for example, we're looking at tomato.
Yes.
Where it's saying you should start the application at the 16 gram per 3.8, at your 21 days, your 28 days, your 35 days, and your 42 days after transplanting. All right? So what we're trying to do is to give you a breakdown, a strategic program that have been tested time and time again, right? as to how you'll get the best benefit out of the excellence.
Okay, wonderful. So the protocol is there. If you have the 2025 calendar farmers, that's where you go to find the Bellis Excellence page. It's going to break down for you the crop that you have and also the approach to it. These are some farmers who are willing, ready, and able to showcase the strategy. But let's not keep it just at Bellis. We have other products in the BASF portfolio, equally competent and qualified too. So we have Zampro, we have Acrobat, don't leave them out. So we have our Acrobat, we also have our Zampro, we also have our Breakthrough from that. So here is where we would have used Zampro in combination with a product that we have here called Saita. And this is my segue into this now, January, to speak on how does a Saita helps a fungicide program. Speak to me about the Excel Ag line and how do we integrate that in the different crop care strategies.
All right, great point, Parker. So you're talking about Saita. It's a calcium phosphorus formulation, right? And this is not only just a nutritional product. This product gives you fungistatic benefit. And what we mean by that, right? It basically enhances the health of the plant, so it seems like you're getting a fungicidal control from the use of the product. And here we now. Parker mentioned Zampro. You see, if you have cucumber in the field, I know cucumber is high on price. If you have cucumber in the field, what I'd encourage any farmer to do, get your Zampro, right?
There we go.
A product with 2 active ingredients. You're getting basically contact and systemic approach from a diameter morph. And we have an active, we call it Initium, right? A mectotrodin, but generally we call it Initium. So what you want to do is to pair the Saita with a Zampro, and what will happen is that the phosphide component of the Saita will lock on to the actives in the Zampro and carry it on even faster.
Wonderful.
To get a better control. And then here what the calcium aspect, you know, what the calcium will do is to let your plant cells become turgid.
That's right.
So you want to create a defense system like a solid concrete wall, right? So once those plant cells are turgid, you know, there won't be any water area between the cells for the fungal spores to penetrate and then infect the plant, the leaf, right?
Good stuff all around. Remember too that with the application of our Saita, we're getting what we call the induced systemic response.
Yep.
That's deep biology, but simply put, it triggers the plant and say, listen, in the event you come under any stress or any disease, then build this molecule and have it ready, available. So the plant is ready to respond because of Saita. The fungal program is within the plant is to unmobilize. Therefore, this is the kind of result that we showcase here at the Agritech Forum. Let me just shift these to the side and show you what we're talking about now. So the control versus the treated. From a foliage point of view, John, what should a farmer understand from this?
All right. What you're seeing is that, you know, effective control or prevention of those downy mildew spores.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not getting any transfer of spores or any internal penetration. You see how the leaves are clean, no spots compared to the control, right? So you're seeing that the spores have broken through the leaf layer and started to send the mycelium within the leaf structure. However, you're not seeing that for this. So you're getting that outward protection, internal protection, and the leaves are firm. So I'm assuming that if this crop is not under irrigation, you know, these leaves will maintain a rigid structure straight through compared to the control, right? And then don't forget the evergreen. You see these micronutrient deficiencies showing up?
Yeah.
The evergreen is basically preventing that when you do that Saita, evergreen, and Zampro combination, right? So you're building health and also preventing those oomycetes or fungal spores from infecting the plant. So as Parker mentioned, you're getting that extended harvesting period, which will lead to that extended yield or the higher yield.
That's right.
Right? Compared to the control.
So you're getting, I call it triple protection.
That's
right. And two, yes, you're getting that return on the investment. That's the side now that the farmer, when he goes to market and come back home, he's smiling. So we talk about the return on the investment. So we track the data. We track the yield. Every week the farmer harvested and we plot the graph. So we have first reaping, second reaping, third reaping. And all stages of harvest, the Saita Evergreen Zampro plot would have yielded at least 2 times the marketable yield of the control area where the farmer was responsible for. This farmer in particular replanted, and of course we had the field day and the protocol would have been adopted. So we're talking about win at all levels for the farmer.
That's it.
Extended crop life, more marketable yields, and a higher return on that investment in terms of profitability. What more could you ask for? As the tagline says, we create chemistry. As the belly says, expect more, get more. That's what we're about here at Caribbean Chemicals, with all of the different products that we have on offer. So for those who have not heard, we have Saita Evergreen, we have the BASF portfolio, but guess what? 22 minerals inside this one bottle. This is the bad boy. Foliar, in soil.
Anti-stress.
Anti-stress. So this one product, Evergreen, does a big punch.
That's it.
Right across the board. You name the crop. No, this is a nutritional product. It's fertilizer. Yeah, man. So when you're growing cabbage, carrot, tomato, sweet pepper, you can put on the Evergreen. And when you pair it with your Saita now, you're getting added benefits. And if you put it with the fungicide program, you're still good to go. Right? So all around protection and as well as input. So finally now, Janoi, we have a whole heap of technologies on the table.
All right,
Whole heap of things, gadgets. We use them daily. A farmer can get the services at no cost. What are we seeing? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man.
You see, I actually stopped plant cabbage.
Well, guess what? Be encouraged. You can go buy some seed now.
Listen.
Yeah, man.
The bat can't control. The bat can't control.
But me, I tell you, sir.
Bring the worm, and the worm bring the bat.
Yeah, man. But earlier today, I understand you just come because you did do some other things, but guess what now? We have Carmectin, we have Pegastar. The solution right there at your fingertips. So no worries anymore, sir.
About bats?
About bats, we bring the worm. Because we have the two problem under control.
Really?
Yes, man. Any one of the other guys you see there, the white shirt them. Just make them carry to the table and show you that product. Ask them about Carmectin, ask them about Pegastar. You're going to win this season. Trust me. The right time you come. Yeah, man.
Yeah, me have to come take you in him half right, man.
If I even have, yes, man. All right.
Where you got the pumpkin?
Pumpkin?
Yeah.
If you don't the mildew, Zampro, bellies. You name the problem, you know. We have it right here. Give me one more challenge.
The bugs for the potatoes.
We have Dazinan, we have Caprid. One more problem. Okay. You run out of them too fast, man. Come again, man.
No, we really tight.
I one deck, me have stock, 52 can. Anything you come with, me have a solution.
We have lettuce.
Lettuce, if you grow or if you big ahead, we have 15 down there in Elixir. We have Calmax B45, buy a 20.
What the best seed?
For lettuce? Yeah. Right now, if I the iceberg one them, you can go Lucy Brown or you can go Eden. Give me some more challenge, man. Come now, man. The day I see you now, that's how we do,
You just have come.
You just have come, all right. You go myself. Thank you.
I listen to you guys,
All right. Yeah, man. Wonderful. All right, so Denver is at the table. I'm going to tell you more about the Carmectin and Pegastar. So,
we have a control for sweet pepper.
See him right there, sir. Talk to him about them. All right, so that is, I told you, we are live on location. The activities are going. The farmers then bring them questions, and we have the solutions. So, John, the technological side now. What's going on?
Agriculture is a science, right?
Yeah.
And ever more so, as we're at the Agritech forum, we have to present technologies.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Either equipment, either pesticides, either nutritional products. We have to look at bolstering the technology within the agricultural space. So on the table now, we have several devices that we use within our practice, right? For example, we have our calcium meter.
Yeah.
Right, so this will test the sap, the calcium level within the plant sap, right? So we have some sap right here, if you want to assist me there, Parker.
Yeah, man, certainly.
All right, so we have some sap from a cabbage that we treated with Saita and Evergreen, right?
Okay.
So what we want to do is turn on our meter, insert the sap in our sensor.
All right, so this one is from one of the plants, so we did extract the plant sap.
Yeah.
And of course, let me just step out of frame here for a second and just add back a little, just to help it moving. Let me add a drop or two there. Good. All right, perfect. Excellent. Good. So this gives you the reading in parts per million, and it actually signals and tells you how much calcium is present in the leaf. And so to a farmer, this number 610 is what you see in there, is parts per million, is what is the amount of calcium present in the leaf that we sampled. Alright guys, so this tells us whether the amount is sufficient or below the standard. So with the application of Saita, you'll see the difference. So what we're going to do with the meter now, we're going to flush the meter. Alright, ensure that we remove the previous sample.
Oh, the sample is dry.
Alright, and then apply. Now if you notice,
we don't have any sap from that.
Yeah, the other sample is not much. Just a small, just a drop or two, just to get it in solution. Alright.
So viewers, what this is showing you is basically getting an idea of the level of calcium within your plant. So once you apply a site and an evergreen in it, you're expected to see that increase in calcium within the plant sap.
And then if it's too low, then it can also lead to your blossoming rot and your other physiological problems. So let's add a few drops here to the meter, to the lens. That should cover it. Good. And so if you can come back now with your camera to just check on things, you'll notice though in the control or the other plot where the no Saita was applied, this is 270. Am I seeing right? Let me just check again. 270 parts per million. So the difference with the application of Saita versus no Saita, that means again, as I pointed out, difference with cell wall integrity, the quality of your shelf life, and the final product that is the crop that you are growing. So serious business here, John, as we continue to produce and grow. What else do we have on table that we use day to day? And by the way, the teams and the team members have these devices. So free of cost, the test is done and we are in the field with them, showcasing how they are utilized.
All right, so what we have on is our chlorophyll meter.
Yeah, and why is that important?
All right, so chlorophyll is basically the main chemical that allows the plant to photosynthesize, trap light and photosynthesize, right? Yeah. So the higher the chlorophyll level, we're presuming that the healthier the plant is, or the more sugars the plant can produce.
Okay,
right?
Wonderful. So we have a treated plant, you know.
Yeah.
Here we have a seedling, so we can simply insert the leaf into this device, and then it will give us a readout.
So we're seeing 43.2.
43.2.
All right,
so that's the amount of chlorophyll present. Yeah. That's our treated. And then now we reset the device and we come again now to insert the leaf on this plant. This is the control leaf. You notice how little small? That tells me a whole heap of things, John.
Leaf difficult to read as the leaf is very small, so you're not getting a proper reading. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So you see what happened here? Just by having a small surface here,
difficult to read.
You're getting a difficulty of it. You want to switch another leaf? Yeah. Or try another one? Just so you can see. And of course, guys, we have these instruments in field. We have the magnesium plus we have micro.
Alright, so we're getting a reading of 38.6.
Yeah.
Right?
Versus how many before? The treated?
43.2.
So major difference after having applied magnesium plus or microplex to the plants. What else is there?
All right, so
weather shifted, it's about to get wet, but the farmers have turned out and we're still having the Agritech Forum live here on location.
That's good, that's good. And it's
Yes,
the right
man.
weather for the season, you know.
Indeed,
Because
indeed.
crop is going to be planted, so we need the rain.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
so viewers, what we have is our refractometer.
Yeah.
So persons who do their strawberries, your watermelon, anything that you're looking for higher sweetness or bricks content,
yeah,
then we'll have a refractometer. So what you want to do is to take your sample,
yes,
put it on the lens, hover,
and then you can see the refractive
put it in the
index.
light, look
Yeah.
through, and then you'll see the refractive index. So if you have a nice and healthy watermelon field, you're looking for a percentage, a bricks percentage of about 13 to 15.
Yeah, and that's a very sweet watermelon,
Yeah, man.
by the way, guys.
Very
You
sweet.
get it up, if you add the sugar express, it can push it all the way up to 16.
That is it.
Yeah,
That
man,
is it. That
almost
is it.
syrup.
That is it.
All
That
right,
is
so
it.
we have pH, we have EC meter. Why do we use them? What is important of having them on a daily basis?
All right, very excellent. So let me start with the pH meter. So for persons who are basically doing fertilizer solution, it is very crucial that you have your pH meter, right? And what this will tell is that, you know, how acidic or basic a solution is, right? So farmers who are doing their fertigation or farmers who are doing hydroponics, by the way, hydroponics farmer can't practice without this. It's a tool that they definitely need. It don't make any sense.
Yep.
Because in a hydroponic solution, you need to have the right pH, generally about 5.5 to 6.5, all right?
That's right, that's right.
For better uptake of those nutrients, especially for your micros, you have to stay within a range,
That's right.
allow for better uptake, all right?
Indeed, indeed.
This one now is the EC meter, basically testing the amount of nutrients that are dissolved within a solution, right? And you need to stay within a certain range. Because if you pass a range, you'll have what, Parker?
Yeah, man, nutrient lockout, the scorching,
Starching,
burn.
nutrient lockout, a
Yeah,
lot
man.
of issues, right?
A lot of issues going to show up right there.
Yeah, man. And for persons who are spraying on nutrients to the plant, it's good that they have this as well to test the EC and the pH of those solutions that they're going to spray onto the leaves. So
That's right, very much
these
so.
are devices that I encourage a grower to have in their arsenal.
And of course, the technical team is on location. We have these meters very much on the road with us 24/7, 365 because it's agronomy first. Yeah, man, and what better way to test the products and to showcase and tell the farmers than to have these range of equipment that you can utilize on the farm, right?
That's it.
So we come, we test, we evaluate, and then we recommend the different things that are needed for your crop and for your growing needs. So we're signing out for the penultimate time, the final occasion. At the Agritech Forum, we are live on location. There's just one last activity to be done. We have 2 lucky farmers, Janoy, that will walk away today with a Jacto PPE and an electric dynamo spray can. Georgia has the bag. Can you come forward now as we add the names and shake and bring that gift item that the farmers can showcase that they're going to be winning. So it's a full gear.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're spraying, applying pesticides, suit up.
Suit up.
So pants is in it. We have a shirt, long sleeve, comes with rubber gloves. You also have a hood that you put over your head so you're fully protected. All you need now, your goggles, your respirator, your water boot, and you're off to doing the application.
And don't forget, Parker, with the Jacto suit, you're getting the B technology.
Yeah.
So if there is any droplet that blows onto the suit,
that's right.
You basically run off.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
So you're getting that B technology.
Wonderful stuff. And also be reminded that when you are mixing, let's mix it right. We have that schedule of how to mix and when to mix it and the appropriate way to do so. Ask your agronomist for that mix right formulation where you go step by step with the products that you'll put in. You condition your water first. Of course, put in your WPs, that's your wettable powder, and the other products as they come in, finally your adjuvant. So get it right, ask your agronomist so you can know how to carry out that process because it's important. That could mean the efficacy, the effectiveness of that product that you have just applied. So Georgia has the bag. Come on up, Georgia. She has also the winning item to be brought. So we have the full suit of Jacto, and we also have the electric dynamo spray can that will be won by one lucky farmer who came here today at the Agritech Forum here in Alva. It has begun to rain, but we still have conversations going on in and around the booth because we are sheltered and protected. We're cool and nice under the, we don't have AC, but the place cool and very much nice. So Georgia, are those all the names of the participants? All right, how many do we have on record that came through today?
Over 65 farmers.
So over 65 farmers came out to hear, to listen, to understand, and to gain. So 2 persons from the 65 will walk away with one of the items here. So, are you ready?
Yes, but before I draw the names, I want to say a big thank you to all the farmers who came out here today. We thank you so much for participating. We also want to thank Rada.
Yes,
Rada
I saw the team.
by JAS.
Indeed, they're wonderful.
And also Miranda.
Yes, and then don't forget ACDI Voca.
They're on the back side and ACDI Voca. And not to mention Mr. Roy himself.
Oh yes,
Ringo
we got Mr. Roy.
Thank you so
yes,
much.
Man. Yeah,
You know, it was a
That's
good
right.
day today and we are happy to be a part.
Yes, indeed.
You know what's going on in St. Anne.
Yes,
so without any further ado,
Evans,
we're going to...
Can I get a shake of it?
Yes,
I want to get a nice, robust shake. You see, somebody right here and now, you hear how to shake vigorous. You can hear the shaking of the nerve.
Yeah, man, I hear the
I can hear it, I can see the movement.
I need a farmer to come
yeah,
and
man.
speak to me.
All right, so on here, Mr. Roy from Ringo. Yeah, man, come on, that's all right. Yeah, man. So the owner operator of Ringo Farms will be doing the drawing, sir. From today, so you're gonna dip your hand in and pull out one, and then we're gonna shake again, and you dip again, and you pull out one more. So the first gift, Georgia, will be which one? The dynamo spray can.
Yes.
Yeah, man, of course. And then the second dip will, of course, be the Jacto PPE. So go ahead and dip, and then add your. Just give Miss Robinson the
drum roll.
Yeah, man. Give it to Miss Robinson. All right. Who is the lucky farmer? I would I know. I mean, who said me? Dane Parker.
So the winner is Siobhan Francis.
All right. All right. Is Siobhan still here? All right. So the phone number is there. Miss Robinson going to call Siobhan. And second place now. Still a shaking, guys. Yes, man. Ready again, sir, right? Dip again and come up. All right. You see him going in the corner. You see him finding in the corner. All right. And the second person to win now the Jacto PPE is...
Hold on.
All right. We're calling the first farmer, you know.
Edwin Skyers.
Edwin Skyers. Where's Edwin Skyers? Yeah, man. All right, wonderful. Hello. So all around good stuff in there. Gone, him soon come. So Georgia is on the phone with the...
Well, I'm not getting that.
Not getting it?
The gift will be left out.
All right, so your gift item will be at Ringo Farm Store, and the person will know, of course, who they are. All right, so that's it for now. We will, of course, meet up another location or time where we have more Agritech Forum, another feature brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals. The team will be on location, and of course, the other members will share. Be reminded, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you need an agronomist, reach out to us, 757-002224, or at CaribChemJam at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, any one of those platforms, or WhatsApp, 876-401-4766. All around, or reach out to Ringo Farm Store. Mansour is there, him can call me and say we have a farmer down and so and so that needs your help. That's it for today. It was an excellent day. Thank you all for participating and coming out. See you next time. We are out. Let's go and let's continue to grow your ears.